All right, this is yesterday's chaos. No filter, no cleanup, just the stuff they couldn't fake.
Hey, standard reminder, everybody. Parents, get out of the room.
If you need a warning, it's already too late. You brought your kid into this mess.
This show is for the kids. Yeah, R-rated experience, F-bombs, B-bombs. Every bad piece of language you can imagine. Every truth that will land harder than a cheap hotel pillow.
That pillow line is violent, also accurate, also somehow personal.
So parents, hey, how do you approach intimacy with your partner?
Half the audience just got uncomfortable. The other half is about to lie to themselves.
We got Brianna Boss coming up on the show here today. Is it consistent and open communication? Is it spontaneous moments? Or is it focus on just having sex? And today's daily question is this. Do you think modern relationships are harder to maintain than in the past?
We got therapy apps, tracking apps, and still can't text back. That's impressive failure.
But if you've been snoozing since January 1st, I just got to put it on the table. Almost 700 minutes behind.
That's not sleep. That's quiet quitting your own life.
Yeah, true story. 11 hours, 24 minutes, laying there doing sweet piss off. Just doing nothing. Just, beep, 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 beep. So get up, get after it, and go hit your big, audacious goal.
Nothing like getting yelled at by a man who already woke up winning.
Hey, guys, deep dive. We got Brianna Bass coming in today in the second hour. We're talking some relationship stuff. Plus, 53% of men feel like nobody knows who they really are.
Because most guys were trained to perform, not to be understood.
This one's all about attention, influence, and why the brands winning right now are not just marketing better. They're becoming the place where culture happens. Hey, your sexual desire doesn't peak at 18.
Teenage, you thought you peaked early. Adult, you realizes you were just confused.
No, it peaks at 40. We've got that conversation coming up today as well. We got some topics on relationships, how to communicate with your partner, maybe some sex talk, all that.
It's a true Humvee. It was like a military vehicle that I had redone.
This already sounds like a bad decision with incredible commitment.
So I have the bigger motor, which still is not very powerful, but the one that's small, the other one's just a dog, but it has a fourth gear. So I put those extra big tires and wheels on it. So actually we'll go down the freeway about 70.
70 in that thing feels like the vehicle is praying harder than you are.
Yeah, dude, first day we got it, it came off the truck, literally got off the truck in the fucking front yard of my house. And this is why I lived in NorCal. We drove it all the way to fucking Mexico.
No plan, no range, just vibes and gasoline anxiety.
But see, and here's the crazy part is that, you know, it only gets about, 6 or 7 miles to the gallon.
That vehicle runs on fuel and terrible financial decisions.
So, I mean, you have to really fucking monitor gas station to gas station, which is good and bad because remember, we have to fucking unlearn these behavior patterns. You know, when you're moving with a sense of urgency, you're not smelling roses.
Yeah, you're sprinting through life like it owes you money and you forgot why you started.
And it says, look, it goes, for most of you guys that have found success, one of the things that you're going to have one of the hardest times with is unlearning some of the behaviors that created your success. Because if you don't unlearn them, you're never really going to enjoy your success.
Built the dream life, still living like someone's chasing you with a deadline and a bat.
Because intentional doesn't always mean you're enjoying. Like, perfect example, about 1 o'clock, Terry and I went out to the beach. And I brought my computer, my book. You know, I probably, if I had like rushed through everything, you know, like, gotta get done by 1, I could have been done by 1. How about just fucking pick this pace where you're enjoying everything you're doing.
Imagine winning and not acting like you're late to your own life.
So I fucking sat up basically because we have a little setup out at the beach. So I'm sitting in the sun in my board shorts, enjoying the sun, some music, and fucking doing my stuff. And that's enjoying my life and what I'm doing. So it's really light, which is actually difficult because you got to fucking start to reel as soon as it fucking hits.
Dude, I love fishing, man.
That is the most peaceful addiction you can legally have.
There's something so peaceful and enjoyable about it. You never know what's on the other end.
Yeah, it could be peace, could be chaos, could be a tire. Life does not warn you.
When it's biting your bait and it's a struggle, it's fun. I find it very relaxing, very intentionally relaxing.
Dude,
if somebody stumbles by our show or stumbles by our media and our content, they see you and I and they would form a perception. Dude, there's an entire TV show.
2 guys whispering at fish like it's therapy. I'm watching every episode.
Fishing with Keith and John. Because it would not be what I suspect people are thinking.
Something will spook them.
Yeah.
And they'll fucking fly like this far over the water.
Officially, old guys, Keith and John talking birds and fishing on Mornings with Keith and John on Mornings in the Lab. Because, you know, only old people talk about birds and fishing. And I guess that's what we are. Oh, and animals.
Fucking jacks were a son of a bitch. Like, you know, my blood dad used to help me do it. And he had a hell of a time getting the fucking jack in place before I put the fucking weight on there. I was watching, what I was really watching him carrying the jack around, because that's the way he was carrying that jack. It looked like a fucking bag of groceries, but that's a heavy fucking jack. I mean,
dude, it's like an orchestra. Like that is. Don't tell me that's not a sport. Honest to God, I've had a lot of debates with people like, oh, yeah, racing's not a sport. Dude, that's a fucking sport right there. I don't care what you say.
He's got to fucking have strength. It has got to have wheels. It has got to have agility. He's got to pick that jack up and carry that thing around. This is so fucking stupid.
That sentence usually comes right before a very good point.
Most people, it's this fucking bitty campfire, and a good fucking gust of wind, the motherfucker will blow right out, right? When that campfire is small, there's no heat. That heat is what burns off the body fat. And I'm just making an analogy. So you have to think about stoking your metabolism like you would a campfire.
Small effort gives you smoke. Big effort gives you heat.
Not that the study is wrong. It's just such a fucking stupid little thing to focus on. This is getting lost in the details.
People love hacks because discipline sounds boring.
You can't get the fucking rats out of your fucking house.
We started at metabolism and ended at rats. That journey was aggressive.
And that's why
Because no matter what you tell them, they're running for the next object and they won't fucking leave.
But more importantly, like you look at the impact on culture with like all those people there, right? You think about that, right? All those dead folks.
The problem is that Sophia hasn't changed her drawers in like 3 months, so she's got to fucking get it. She's got to be stinky by now.
Knowing that no matter what it is, no matter what the struggle is, I'll always get through it. I've always gotten through it.
The only drug you can get that from is from the best dealer in the world, which is your brain.
But let's begin it here. You were sexually abused by your cousin starting at age 5.
And just like that, everything gets real. No jokes, just listen.
You didn't even remember it until therapy in 2012.
We could have had a book that's 1,000 pages long with the amount of stuff that I could have added into it to millions of people. For me, it was, again, very freeing. I think for men, opening up to other men, I think is the biggest thing that can help set us free because of the stigma around mental health. So for me, in terms of sharing and being vulnerable, I have no shame.
That's power. Owning your story instead of hiding from it.
Because it wasn't anything that I did. These were things that were done to me, so why would I carry any shame whatsoever?
Right. It takes courage to say that out loud, brother. Like, it gives me goose pimples to hear you say that. That's courage, man.
I took on both of those, and I'm so grateful that they both fell on me because I was going to be the one to break these cycles.
Every family changes because one person decides it stops here.
Yeah, like I have no worry now whatsoever as it pertains to my kids. Like I've got no worry. I know the cycle came to me, and I know the cycle ends with me.
That's not motivation. That's responsibility at a level most people avoid.
So I don't have any fear whatsoever in these things happening to my kids any longer.
And then I started to realize, holy shit, you know, I need to be more forgiving of the fact that, hey, he doesn't even know he's doing it.
That's the scariest part. Damage can feel normal when it's all you've known.
But in my mind, I'm like, why not me? Why not me? You know,
life happens for us, not to us, baby.
That line hits different when you've actually been through something.
100% because I forgave myself.
Self-forgiveness is the unlock nobody teaches you growing up.
I think if we're not able to forgive others, the root of that is the lack of forgiveness of self. There was no work that I've done that set me more free on the ice than the power of forgiveness. He's not the enemy, the cycle is the enemy.
That shift right there changes everything about how you fight your past.
I think closure is from within.
Waiting for closure from someone else is how you stay stuck forever.
Like, I don't need an apology from my father, and I accept that. But it just goes to show, I believe, the power in having positive male role models in our lives, especially as boys at a young age. If I would have had a career in the NHL, my blind spots would have remained blind. Yeah. I feel as if I would have had a career in the NHL, I would have continued the drinking, the partying, the smoking, the cheating, and I would have still been on that path of self-destruction. It's not for everyone. You have to, in my opinion, have an identity outside of sport that I didn't have. My identity was 100% tied to hockey. And unfortunately, that's another reason why I didn't have a career, is because I was so caught and lost in trying to please my teammates and not focus on myself and my performance on the ice. But I remember as I was getting ready to leave to go to the ceremony, I was in tears and I was with my kids and I just said, guys, I'm going to go and do some more healing, and it's going to be very powerful. I just need you to know that I love you, and I will be home tomorrow, but I've got to go and do this stuff. I was under the impression that I was going to go and die. I thought I was going to die that night.
That's the moment where either everything breaks or everything changes.
And I did die, but it was an ego death.
Sometimes the version of you that dies is the one holding everything back.
Not an actual physical death. There's power in the breath. The breath itself, breath work, can trigger a DMT type experience within you, free of any, substance.
Johnny, remember you talked about people standing in line? So they put a mannequin at a bank machine, and you know how people just stand in line? Well, they put somebody in front of the bank machine, and then people just stood behind the person.
Humans will line up for nonsense if it looks official enough.
As if they were waiting in line. You know how people, like, just stupid fucking shit. So somebody, like, look, that person's not even real, but people were lining up behind them. Just dumb shit, man.
This book just possesses so much spiritual depth. The title of the book captures the emotion of the book perfectly. If you are a human with a good heart and are, able to feel emotions, you're going to experience tears, and you're also going to experience happiness. Like, the highs and lows to this book are truly incredible. And again, it's a book of healing.
Healing is messy. If it feels clean, you're probably skipping something.
But the best part I would say about this book is that there's lessons without the reader being told directly what to do. It's a book of healing. I am on top of the world with it. There were some parts of the book where I didn't have full peace of mind, but after reading it, I've got full peace of mind. And it's a factual book. It's Amazon.com, The Tears of Happy Jake. And it's not for the faint of heart, but again, there's so much laughter. Like, there's a lot of joy in this book, but there's a lot of tears that might come as well. If we want peace out there, it starts with peace within.
Everybody wants peace outside. Nobody wants to sit with themselves long enough to build it.
No different than the forgiveness, right? It all starts here. If we want peace out there, you got to cultivate that peace within.
All the things that you think that set you back, or let's just be frank, fucked you up, are blessings. And when you flip the script and you realize that life has given these challenges so you can get better, so you're going to get better. You're going to become more. So when you're thinking, oh my God, I would be so better off if this didn't happen, you're looking at this from the wrong side of the coin.
Perspective is everything. Same pain, different meaning.
You should be better off because that happened. Just remember, life happens for you, not to you. Rock and roll.
I definitely have thoughts on what she said, and of course some holes to poke. But I wouldn't be good at my job and working with people if I didn't.
Well, I mean, my first thing that comes to mind is I don't think there's one reason. I think there's a whole bunch of different reasons why people would do it. His grandmother raised him, but his grandmother just literally kind of put him in the basement. So there was no female affection. There was no female relationship. And so he's been married multiple times, but he's going to cheat constantly because I don't know that he recognizes he's trying to fill some void that was created from the lack of, I don't know, nurturing, whatever it is. Now, me, when I was cheating, I can speak to myself perfectly. Of course, there's probably plenty of reasons I don't really understand. But I know for me, what was conscious was, I was as a fat little boy and low self-esteem. It was a way for me I felt like there was some sort of I felt like it was very wrong, but I felt like I was like building myself up, like I was creating self-esteem, like I was wanted. But realistically, it was all shallow. There was really nothing there. What I should have been doing was, developing meaningful relationships, because that's more of what fills those voids, from what I can tell.
Yeah, it does. So what we want to think about is that this void can come from a number of different origins, right? So there's what Lauren's probably thinking of and what John's talking about, which is I need external validation. I am insecure. I don't feel loved by women. I don't feel desired. I don't feel needed. I don't feel respected. People end up in dynamics in which they no longer feel admired, respected. In this video, she talks about the home not feeling like peace. Absolutely.
It scared the shit out of me to even think about going and doing that. As to where if going and doing that seemed more exciting and more beneficial than the relationship I was in, it was just going to continue to happen.
When a woman is fed, desired, and chosen every single day, she stays.
Yeah.
When a man comes home to peace, respect, and a woman who actually wants him.
Yeah, absolutely. That video makes me feel very defensive. And I do a phenomenal job of holding both sides in suspension at once, even if they're contradictory. And that video even triggered me to be like, okay, everyone slow down. They're looking for respect. They need to know, do you still find me attractive? Do you still find me capable? Do you still find me powerful? If we're coming home and it's just logistics, it's just kids, it's just schedules.
Yes.
Are we feeling desired in that relationship? Are we feeling like this is relief from our task-oriented day? Or do we feel like we just switch environments, but we're still on a certain kind of clock?
The courage that young man has to be able to say the words that he said and to go through that trauma, man, you said it too, dude. And you talked about your own trauma in life. I can't imagine what the guy went through. And just to talk about it so freely, I find that quite powerful, actually. Because when I see Jacob, that guy's free. Like he's not holding anything. He's just like, dude, there you go. That's powerful. It's powerful.
Yes, it is.
And what they did is they turned rent payments into cultural moments, monthly drops, using artists like Kendrick and Alicia Keys and Diplo. And along the way, guys, millions and millions and millions of members showing up for something bigger than points. And let's be frank, you guys, let's be absolutely frank, or John, or Steve, or Brianna. What does that produce? Like, what does it produce? Like when everybody is safe, it becomes quite homogenous, doesn't it? It becomes quite interchangeable, doesn't it? Replace one brand with another brand. Attention is no longer captured by information. Nope, at all. Because there's so much information everywhere. Everywhere we look, it's just nonstop information being drilled at us, into us, all over us. No, instead, attention is actually captured through experience.
Information is cheap. Experience is what people remember and come back for.
Think about that. A live morning show inside a B2B brand is not weird at all. It's actually quite strategic. Think about that. Because when buyers start their day, when your buyer, when your customer, when your stakeholder starts their day with your thinking, with what you do, you influence the category before they even get up, before they even have a chance to hit the snooze button, before the RFP even exists. And when you do that, that's not marketing. No, that's actually what you would call narrative control.
You don't win by talking louder. You win by being there first.
Think about that again. You are starting the narrative. You are starting the conversation. You are setting the conversation and the tone for the day. Because I'll tell you something right now, someone will. And if it isn't you, you're not going to like what I'm going to say next. Because if it isn't you, you're going to watch them slowly become the default voice in front of your community, in front of your audience, in front of your stands, while you keep running your content and your campaigns like it's 2016.
If that hit, good. Full show is next. Now go watch the whole damn thing.
We've been told men are the problem in relationships.
That's the story everyone keeps repeating.
But what if men are actually investing the most, just in the wrong way?
This morning, we're breaking down why men want commitment, and it's not what you think.
But why it still fails, and what actually needs to change.
Only on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation designed to help you start your day with some momentum. Come check into the show. Come say hello. Mornings.live over on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Come hit like, come hit subscribe to show your proof and build your streak with us every single morning. Yeah, true story. Lookinmymirror.com, because every single day we need to go look in our mirror. Maybe that's why live is the new status. Live is about to become the premium layer of trust. Hey, so if men are supposed to be the ones terrified of commitment, well, then today's show is about to ruin a lot of lazy fairy tales right before coffee or right before breakfast, because today, coming up, Cheryl Whitaker's joining myself and John Anderson for a deep dive and a question that makes modern dating discourse twitch. What if men, hey, apparently the stats say men actually want marriage more than women do. Yes, and if that doesn't wake you up, the robotaxis, the sex science, the hidden compartments, and a bunch of craziness coming up on today's morning show. Yes, we got everything from the kitchen sink on the table on today's show. But hey, Jimmy, good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your live morning show built for real talk, entertaining conversation, and momentum and positive energy to start your day right with some smart-ass perspective to keep things interesting. Good morning, Kai. Good morning, Kai. We sent some love out to you yesterday for the loss in your family. I'm glad to see you in the lab this morning. Lots of love, my friend. Lots of love. Hey, quick warning, you guys. Get the parents out of the room. Children, this show is for you. Yes, I made a pivot. Didn't even tell the team. This show is for the kids out there. We're going after the Conan O'Brien audience. Yes, we are. We're building that trust for the future. So kids, ask the parents to leave the room because we are going to offend them. Yes, we are. It's an R-rated, X-rated experience. We drop some F-bombs. We talk sex. We talk ejaculation. We talk masturbating. We talk about Matty Roof, the guy who opens up the show at 7:30 on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Yeah. Oh, hey, Roofy, I got some surprises for you today. Come knock on my door. Yeah, it's like every couple days I got the old hunkle. Hey, Jimmy, I just gave myself a new nickname, the Hunkle. There you go. Hey, that's it. Good morning. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab with the Hunkle. Yeah, I'm the Hunkle. So I know all the kids out there right now, and my children specifically are rolling their eyes going, Dad, really? I'm like, oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah, I'm the Hunkle. Yeah. So hey guys, tell the parents that you're hanging out with the Hunkle today. And oh, by the way, have you checked into the show? Mornings.live. Yeah. You notice how I got to emphasize the mornings. Yeah, the mornings.live. When I go to when I go in the shower, I practice the mornings. Yeah. What's up, Hunkle? Yeah, I'm the Hunkle and Matt's the Chunkle. Brand new live show starting out. The Hunkle and the Chunkle with Keith and Matt. Yeah, true story. Hey, mornings.live. Have you checked into the show yet? If you haven't, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Like, I really don't know what you're up to. I see Holroyd was there this morning. I see Jimmy was there today. I see the Hunkle was there today. Oh yeah. Hey, we got a poll. Yes, and Kai is not on it today. No, Jimmy's on the poll today. Yeah, actually, I think Jimmy's going to Whitaker's show. Good. Then we got Kai to hang out with us today. Just kidding, Jimmy. Hey, questions for you guys. What do you think is the most important thing in a strong relationship? Like, is this obvious? I know what it is. It's good sex. Jimmy, it's great sex, man. That's what it is. That's the most important thing in a good relationship. Oh my God, people are like, fuck, is this guy from the 70s? Yeah, I am. Oh yeah. No, but in all seriousness, Jimmy, I didn't say who with though. I didn't say who with. Maybe your relationship, Jimmy, is with your own mirror. Oh, Jimmy, did I say your own mirror? No. Did I say your own mirror? Hey, maybe the most important thing for a strong relationship is looking in your own mirror. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Oh, geez, who knew you could actually go look in your own mirror and buy a mirror from the Mornings in a Lab team? True story. Oh, by the way, I got to get my agent to set up my Amazon account. So if you guys buy something today, I'm not going to get any rewards for it. So don't buy anything today. Wait till tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so back to the question of the day. What do you think is the most important thing in a strong relationship besides good sex? Well, I'll tell you. Okay, so the chunkle himself says trust. Well, it's communication, trust, or respect, or maybe it's all of them. Maybe it is. What do you think, Sullivan? What do you think, Holroyd? What do you guys think it is? Communication, trust, or respect? Go vote, defend your answer, and see what happens for the rest of your day. Don't show your partner. Okay, and then the question of the day is this: how do you navigate changing views on sex and intimacy in today's society? Yeah, there you go. How do you do that? How do you do it? Hey, I gotta be honest, that one's a loaded one. Yeah, so it's app, it's scrap, it's app, it's this, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Hey, so I like to drop this during my morning monologue too, just a reminder that if you've been snoozing forever, you're now 11. Oh, Jamie, you're into the 11th hour now. Look at that, hey. 11 hours, 33 minutes behind the guy who's just laying there. Yeah, almost 700 minutes behind. I think I'm going to build a snooze. I'm going to build a snooze. I'm building something with snoozing today. I really think I'm going to do that, Jimmy. I'm going to guess snooze.mornings.live. Yeah, there you go. Brand new. Drop it later today. All right. So kids, there's your tip today. Don't snooze. Hey, you know what, Jimmy? I'm thinking about this. Imagine that kid watching their parents just snooze forever. I think that kid's going to snooze along at the same time. So maybe we can encourage the kids to get up, get after it, go get some big goals. To hell with the snoozing. Yeah. Hey, guess who's not snoozing today? Who's going to pop into the lab later on in the hour? Roofie. Joe Fontana. Yes, Fontana's going to pop by. We haven't caught up with that guy for a long time. You know what I want to ask him, and I haven't told him I'm asking this, so I hope he's okay with me asking it. But he's a military guy. Super dude, man. Super guy. He's almost like, what would I say? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at a note on my desk here. Look, a little distracted. Yeah, so Joe's solid dude, man. Former military guy. I want to talk intelligence. Yeah, I want to talk about intelligence. So hopefully Joe is okay having that conversation with me. And if not, then I guess we're not talking intelligence, Jimmy. No, I guess not. Hey, we got some conversations for the table today. Yep, science cracked the code on how exercise builds bone. You know what? I got a bunch of stuff. I just got a bunch of stuff that I'm going to kind of weave it in, weave it out, weave it in, weave it out, weave it in, weave it out. Yep. Just weave it in and out and just see what happens. There you go. Exactly. And, yeah, maybe we'll get that. Maybe we'll get the curiosity cash. We got some sexual desire activity going on. And then we got the deep dive. I'm hoping Whitaker's going to pop in around 2 minutes after the hour. We could even do a big round table. Maybe even Roofie. We could even do the whole Mornings in the Lab round table this morning. Roofie, if you're around at 9 o'clock, why don't you jump in with me, Whitaker, and Anderson? We're going to have a conversation, which is men want marriage more than women do. Apparently so, but nobody believes it. There's some numbers, there's some cultural myths, there's some emotional blind spots. We're going to have that conversation coming up on the second hour with myself, Johnny, Whitaker, and even if Roofie's around, brings his tooth, we'll have that conversation. Speaking of Roofie, 7:30 right here, Kindness Rising. Yeah, 100%. Hey, Morning Focus. Yes, if you're out there in the, Roofie. If you're out there in the business world, you're actually building a media company. You just might be in denial. You don't even know it yet. We're going to have that conversation during the Morning Focus coming up for the monologue. All right, Community Corner. We got Maya Reyes, of course, joining us like she always does. We got some stuff happening. We got the systems that failed that were built on purpose and so forth. So, but listen, all that chatter and so much more happening coming up today on the big show itself. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, because, hey, guess what? I got to have a sip of coffee. The Morning Loop, it starts. Oh, where's the camera? Right now.
Good morning, nation. Yesterday got weird fast. Somebody jumped in the live and asked Chief if he eats his own gamete.
That's what I love about this show. People wake up early, grab coffee, and immediately try to weaponize science.
At first, I thought gamete was food. I was this close to asking if it came grilled. Then Tommy read the full comment, and suddenly breakfast became a closed matter.
Still, respect where it's due. Somebody got up early, joined live, and gave us a new word before sunrise.
That's the appreciation. You come in smiling, leave educated, and maybe never trust the chat again. The Morning Loop starts now.
All right, guys. We are getting after it today. John's going to be here in a couple minutes here. We got Jimmy's on his way over to Cheryl's show, I suspect. But we do have we got the better producer anyways. We got shit, he's still here. We got Kai left with us. So that's okay. We got as long as there's somebody here taking care of me, I'm in good shape. That's all I need. I need one babysitter. Yeah, that's let's talk babysitting for a second. Yes, Jimmy. Exactly. Hey, you guys know we got a phone line here. Yeah, we do have it. We have not been promoting it or pumping it much lately. But you guys can join the show with us. 431-300-3005. 431-300-3005 would get you into the show, would get you into a live conversation, and would create a lot of fun. Yes, speaking of fun. Oh, I just see him sitting down there shifting from left cheek to right cheek and left cheek to right cheek, back and forth, front and back. What's his name? No, he's not the Hunkle. I'm the Hunkle. That's John Anderson. Yeah. That's good, man.
They're making me a little bit more gay every day.
Dude,
I love it.
I
see the leather on the pants, they almost look like chaps.
Oh, that's exactly. I was waiting for your ass to when he got off the bike. I was thinking your ass might have been hanging out of the chaps there. Those.
I love it, dude.
I know. Hey, I gotta tell you,
my gay brothers, you can try all you want, but I'm committed to this side of the fence.
I love it. John Anderson as the village people. Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. I gotta tell you something, man. So I did a presentation yesterday to some folks for our business. And of course, I show them our demos. And what I traditionally show is I show this, just what happened, like the arrival scene, where I go, hey, he's coming in here. And then it cuts to you. And then it cuts back to me. And I showed it yesterday. And everybody watching was like, okay, so who's real and who's not real in that sequence? I go, what do you mean? I go, well, the guy on the bike was, so it was yesterday. Yesterday, were you in the bike yesterday? No, you were in.
Bike was today.
Yeah, you were on that. No, you were on something yesterday, something cool. Yes, no, you were in that yellow. I don't know, whatever it was. So you showed up yesterday, and they looked
every day. It's hard to remember.
I know. And they're like, okay, so is he real? I go, well, and then it cut to you and I, like, in this situation. They're like, well, what? And like, yeah, well, he's real there, and I'm real there. I had them fucking confused. Like, so the guy that showed up in the van, I go, no, that's John. That's fake John. Everybody looks so real. I go, well, I know, because you're used to seeing him talking with me live. We just blur the lines. So I got people just, what's going on? And then one guy in that meeting is like, that guy doesn't look real. Look at his muscles. I go, no, he's real. He's real. So it was funny, man. It's fun having this conversation because people aren't expecting to see what we're building here. And then when they see your two brothers, Sterling and Preston, lean in, the ones you love so much, they're like, oh, those John's friends? I go, yeah, they are. They're John's close friends.
My gay brothers.
Yeah, your gay brothers. Your happy brothers. Hey, how was the last 24 hours of your life? Last 22?
Let's see here. Always good. You know good is it's kind of a mix, just a slightly different mixture of my favorite flavors.
Yes.
You know, so what did we get yesterday? I spent the last few hours. I've been taking the last few hours of what I'm doing with business stuff and doing it at the beach.
Yeah.
A little shade out there, and I just sit. I've got a little table, just chill and do that. I was actually did my business meeting with my business coach.
Yeah.
Blake sitting in the background, so it was nice. He's like, are you in Mexico again? I said, no, dude, this is a California house.
How did you meet Blake?
Blake?
Yeah, you said Blake, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you said Blake. I thought you said my business coach, Blake. No,
my business. His name is Justin, but my business coach. Yeah, I don't know if I.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did you meet him? How did you meet him?
How did I meet him? Well, I mean, a lot of times it's funny. A lot of times I know people from social media, right? because
yeah,
when you kind of like, I mean, I'm always on the lookout for who, you know, 'cause I hire coaches often.
Yes, I know you do.
Yeah. On the lookout to hire a business coach, and I'd seen him on social media. Then what you do is it's like, I don't know, I guess in the industry, you kind of just, when I said the industry, it's kind of like I would say like the fitness / influencer, however you want to describe it.
Yeah.
It's just a big network. So you can reach out and, hey, what do you know about this person? You know, it's almost like the wrestling of the strength world. If you don't know somebody directly, you know someone who does know them directly. That makes sense?
100%. Absolutely. How
I reached out and said, hey, I'm looking to hire a coach. I was honest. I'm talking to 3 or 4 people.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Let's jump on a call.
And then what do you look? So I know you've said before you look for somebody who's achieved things that you desire to achieve. What are you ultimately looking for? Like what? So I've been thinking about this because I don't have a coach per se, Johnny, but I actually do when I think about it. And his name is Maurice. He's my rock. He's like the person I go to, you know, once a week, once every couple of weeks to kind of, you know, keep me grounded, keep me centered, just keep me in a frame where I feel like I need to be. And because I was thinking about this since you and I were talking about it, and I haven't really went out and hired a coach per se, but there's a couple people. You and our daily interactions are a big influence on my thought process and how we interact. But Mo would be like my rock coach. Does that make sense? Like the rock, like the foundational piece that keeps me grounded. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I see what you're saying, but I would. I don't know the ins and outs of your relationships, but I would assume that he doesn't give you tasks.
No, he does not. No, not at all.
See, a coach is going to make you do shit you don't want to do.
Oh, I see. Can you give me an example of something Justin would get you to do?
Well, he was actually kind of surprised there wasn't much.
Yeah,
but because normally because I'm just the guy. I'll do what other people won't do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so like our first interaction was, so I came on board. We were tackling marketing first. That was the first thing we went to.
Okay.
So he jumped on it. He goes, okay, first thing we got your VSL needs to be video sales letter needs to be redone ASAP.
Oh yeah.
I take that literal.
Yeah.
I said, give me a script. What do you want in there?
Yes.
I'm not going to word for word. He goes, I don't want you to word for word, but I want you to cover the points that I got in there. You know, of course, that's why I'm hiring you. So he gives me the script. I'm trying to think of when he gave it to me. It was after I was in bed. So I woke up to it. I knew it was coming, didn't know when.
Okay.
So I'm fucking up early, you know, so, and we talked about different settings that I would do it.
Yeah.
So basically I had to wait for the sun to come up. It's going to be outside. And I fucking shot this thing and I had it back to him. He was like, Jesus Christ, because he never had anybody get something done so quickly. I said, well, you said ASAP. He said, yeah. I said, well, I take shit literally. You know?
Dude,
So that kind of set the tone for, you know, he realized normally he says, let's get this done ASAP because somebody get to it in the next 8-9 days.
Yes. Yeah.
And so it's not like when I say a coach will ask you to do shit you don't want to do. I didn't want to do the sales letter, but I don't care. I just get it done.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I absolutely know what you mean. You know what I find myself doing when I meet new vendors or people I'm going to do business with? I think I might have told you this before, but I will often set the stage with them how I operate. What I mean by that is that, you know, if you're going to put 10 customers in the room, I'm going to be the 11th. That's not going to be like the 10th. And I'm trying to set an expectation, right? Which is that you've done ways a certain way to get yourself here, which is awesome. And I respect it, which is probably why I'm hiring you. But I now want to encourage you to think outside the box and ask yourself how you might get to the next level in your business journey, because that's where I want to go. Like, in other words, so if I was hiring you, I'm like, John, don't treat me like you treat everybody else, because I'm prepared to do things that others won't do. The same way I know the same way you would be with Justin, right? Which is
with you, I understand that about you, but normally someone comes and says that to me as a coach. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go.
No, I know. Yes.
This fucking guy's going to talk until he's purple in the face, but when it comes to fucking pull the trigger, he's going to come up with a reason why.
Yes.
A good coach will push you and find your limit.
I agree with you.
Don't have to say that. You're asking, if you have to tell that to your coach, fucking fire him.
Yeah, no, but what I mean, no, Johnny, not a coach. I will say that to like a vendor slash like somebody who I will do business with. And what I've found in the past, they've done even their best work as well, because their customers usually don't challenge a vendor that way. Like somebody might not, like somebody's not going to come to you and say, typically somebody's not coming to you saying, John, I want to be even better than you. Oh, okay. So then, and then over to, you're going to doubt that. But then over time, they're going to show you perhaps enough that this person is serious about that, which is going to make you better, going to make them better. You're both leveling up. It's almost like reverse coaching.
Yeah, I think I just take a different approach to that. What I do, I look at I mean, it's cool because some of my coaches I've had, like Justin, we actually got a pretty cool friendship. Cool cat.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention his name. There's no great coach, but there was no friendship there.
Yes.
Very transactional.
Yes.
Right? So, like in that relationship, it was just straight up. All I could see was a resource. My job is he's basically holding information. My job is to squeeze that motherfucker as tight as I can to get every drop out.
Yeah.
So no matter what I say to somebody, they got me coming at them 1,000,000 miles an hour.
I got you. Yeah.
And so I don't need to say, hey, let's do this. I'm just going to come and get you.
I get you. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. More of a transactional situation.
Yeah. And I think the idea of, I don't know, I guess in those situations, it kind of comes back. Like if I've hired a coach, I'm cocked, I'm ready. I don't want to talk. I'm going to fucking do. Don't let
we've hired a coach.
Yeah. Let's fucking go. So I guess me trying to say, hey, I'm not saying what your plan is wrong or doesn't work, but I'm not going to say, hey, I want to be better than you. I want this. Fucking give me some juice. Let's go.
Yeah. No. You might be mishearing. What I'm saying is, when I hire a vendor or somebody who's going to do work with me, my message to them is that I'm not going to. I don't want us collectively to settle with what you think is great, because maybe you haven't asked yourself how you can be greater. And I want to be the guy. I want to be that customer with you, which might help you become greater than just great. Right. So let's ask the extra question, right? You've sat down with your every customer up until now, you've asked them 10 questions. Maybe there's an 11th that makes us better. Oh, never thought about that. Oh yeah. Okay. And I've done that so many times because then I've set the stage with them that I'm a different operator. Right. And for me, it's managed expectations that because like you're going to hold. So I know for a fact that if you were my customer and I'm your vendor, you are going to hold me accountable to a certain standard. Exactly. So you might say, you're probably going to make me better as a vendor to my other people because of how you operate. Some people don't know that. You have to tell them that. Right. And I've found some people going after our relationship, you made me a better customer, Keith, because you always pushed me to ask more questions, to do more things that I never did in the past. And I enjoyed that as the customer because I was able to push somebody in a situation where they weren't there before. Right. Just by getting to think about things they may not have thought about in the past.
Yeah. And I totally see it. And I dig that side. I dig your approach. I think I'm just thinking about in my experiences, I think we do the same thing. We just approach it differently. I just do it through, it's very common when I work with somebody.
Yes.
Especially if I'm hiring them to do something, we have different ideas of what, finished is. So I'll often have them in a fucking corner.
Yes.
Like, you think this is over? No, dude.
Yeah. Well, yes. And it's funny you bring that up, Johnny, because in the world of AI now and AI agents, like, would we agree that sometimes we as humans have a different definition of what done is? Like, so,
totally. That's a fucking really good point. When we find people that understand our definition,
yes,
you fucking pull that. I just dealt with that with the guy that I'll let you finish your story, but I just dealt with that with the guy that built the dock.
Oh yeah. Well, so let's go there. So I'm working a guy digitally, and I said to him, I said, dude, his name will remain nameless. I'm like, dude, you are awesome at getting us to 99%. But then you're always asking me to start the next project. I'm like, dude, we got to finish the last 1% because or else we're never going to get it done. Right. And what I find in the world of AI agents, John, there's no ambiguity. It's done. And you're like, oh, And there's no back and forth bullshit, no having to go back to the doc. Oh, you missed this, right? So the 100% is value in it. So tell me about the doc.
We just basically, it was, I kind of squeezed him. I'm like, look, dude, I don't need this. This is something, if I do, you just have to make me a proposal that I can't walk away from.
Yeah. Yes.
And he was really honest. He goes, look, I want to keep my guys busy. And, if he basically told me, he says, look, can I make $2,000 on this?
Oh,
I was like, yeah, I want you to make some money. Of course I do. And he goes, okay, well, this is how it's going to break down. He laid it out for us. I said, you're done. Go build it. And I just fucking walked away. Didn't fucking look, didn't do shit. I figured I'm going to find out real quick. Keep in mind, his initial price was like fucking $15,000. So he chopped a lot of money off there. Right.
Good for you, dude, for having that kind of. So he's like, I want to make a couple grand. He's like, yeah, because I
want you to make. Fuck yeah, you have to make a couple grand, of course. Yes. Anyway, so and we fucking left for Mexico.
Yeah.
Right? And he basically, he was really good about keeping communication with me. Anyway, I see the finished product. I'm like, fucking bam. There's no issues here, and it's like we understand finish the same way. And there was a few things that.
Yeah.
Like he was supposed to grade the beach and make the beach like a really, really gentle walk in, this kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of subjective, like, okay, I want to comfortably walk because it was a little bit steep. I was like, I want to walk like I'm at a fucking beach going down the wall.
Yeah.
And, that's pretty subjective, anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hire him. I mean, he's giving me a bid right now because he did such a spectacular job and it was just, got the job done. Our ideas of finished were the same.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a job. It's going to be like 40 or 50 grand.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. That reminds me of a story I heard yesterday, and I put it in memory to share it with you. I think you'd appreciate this. I saw an interview with Dwayne Johnson yesterday, The Rock, at a conference, and he was talking about when he was negotiating with McMahon in his early days and what his guarantee was going to be. And I guess the conversation was something like this. Dwayne said to Vince, like, so who's your highest paid guy on the roster right now? He's like, Stone Cold. He's like, what's his guarantee? He's like, his guarantee's $1 million. And Dwayne says to him, he's like, well, I want 2. And then he says, Vince looks at him like, okay. He says, so he pauses and he says, why do you think you deserve 2 over Vince's 1? I'm sorry, over Steve's 1. And he laid out why, et cetera, and he laid it out. He said, okay, Vince says to Dwayne, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the next few months, go hang out with this executive, the CFO within our company. I want you to look inside the entire business, look at our costs, look at our cost structures, all of that. And then I want you to come back down and sit with me and then tell me what that number is going to be, what you think that number is. And I was like, wow, that's quite striking. Vince McMahon opening the books to this guy. He's recognizing he's a big player for him. But what strikes me is just like you said to your dock builder, I want you to make money too. So Dwayne comes back and he says, okay, I did the research and I just want the same as Steve because he recognized that I
don't want to take money from the company.
Yeah. And I don't want to grow. I don't want to sacrifice the company out of respect for because just my ego. So then Vince says to me, he goes, what do you think you're going to make this year? And he goes, well, I guarantee this and this. He says, no. He says, you're going to make $15 million. And because he did the math for Dwayne and he said, you just take that 1, what's going to happen? It's going to compound. Basically, he said that, you're going to make money. I'm going to make money. We're all going to make money. We're all going to do this together. But I tie it back to you and the dock builder. You wanted the guy to make money. Right. And because it was important for the guy to make money. And sometimes people forget that people need to make profit in business.
Yeah. And it was really straightforward. Hey, check this out. When you were talking about AI agents getting the job all the way done, it sparked me to remember something I heard. I don't, of course, it sounds very fucking realistic.
Tell me.
But I'm very curious of your perspective. So it was basically talking about how crypto and not like the little fucking coins, like some of the big boys, like Ethereum and Solana and the ones that are transactional where you buy shit with it. Like if I was going to buy something from you, you say, okay, send me X amount of Ethereum, right? Totally. Bitcoin or whatever.
Yeah.
And so what they were saying was because the argument was why crypto is going to get so big in the next few years. Right. And again, I'm talking about the players, the transactional coins.
Yes.
And they said, because this is what people are not realizing. There's all sorts of, there's a whole slew of reasons we're not going to talk about, but this is one.
Yeah.
nobody's thinking about.
Yes.
It totally made me think of you. And then when you said agent, I was like, fuck, I gotta run this past Keith.
Yeah.
So he said, in the near future, there are going to be, everyone's going to have AI agents, almost like a fucking dog.
Yes.
Or, business people, every business person is going to come with 10.
Yes.
You're going to do an interview for a job and you're going to have show what you can get done, but it's not really going to be what you're doing. It's how you're directing your AI agent crew.
Yes. Correct. Yes.
And so all of these AI agents that just can be fucking made at a snap of a finger. You can't get them a bank account, but they can have a crypto wallet.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, there's going to be millions upon millions of these AI agents entering the world that are going to be doing transactions, not through a bank, through crypto.
Yes.
So the more a system is used, the more valuable it becomes.
Yes.
And so their argument is that, like, crypto could easily fuck the big coins. I guess they're really talking about whatever the major transactional coin is. I didn't really pick that up. I don't know if that's Ethereum. I don't know if it's Bitcoin, but one of the top coins, has the ability to go like fucking, 10, 15, 20x. It's almost hard to predict based upon how popular these agents become.
So listen, I certainly agree with everything you're saying and how you are framing it out. Obviously, it's quite speculative, but you can see it, right? Because if you have a lot of agents, quote unquote, trading, and then now we start associating value with that, and humans start doing transactions. Okay, back to Keith, Justin, and John. We start doing business with our agents and trading money digitally through our agents. And we keep doing that over and over. And then all of a sudden, Justin's buddies start doing that, and John's friends. Over time, what starts to happen? A new normal emerges, right? So I want to pause and just invite you to think about this. So, because you and I are the same era. Remember when maybe you do, but you don't. But there was a time in our life where all of a sudden there were friends and families in your neighborhood that were buying what was called like a personal computer. Like, oh, what's that thing? Oh yeah, we have a computer. But your family might have just been still using notebooks and notepads, and then
a PC, as everybody was.
Yeah. And then over time, Johnny, every household in the world got a PC. It's basically, so we went from paper and pen and typewriters to PCs. I'm going to give you the exact same argument today is happening, where the agent is this era's version of the personal computer. So again, that meeting I had yesterday with those folks, we're in a similar business. I was showing them what we're doing and what they were doing, and they were looking at me like, we're still operating with pens and paper. I'm like, yeah, you are. Or you're still operating with like a 56K baud modem when we're operating on high-speed internet, right? So yeah, agents. So back to your Ethereum thing and crypto thing, there's going to be more transactions happening in a year from now by agents than they are by human beings. No question. And you are absolutely right. If I'm hiring John or if I'm Justin, John comes to the table with 20 different agents doing a bunch of great things. Justin comes to the table with some great charisma and a nice smile. I'm hiring John. That's the future. That's what we got to tell our kids. And I've been teaching Carter that. Like your ability to be I love your idea. Like it's a conductor. You are a conductor of an orchestra now. Right. So if you look inside of our business, like Johnny, we have a bunch of agents now. We got a bunch of agents. I got agents that are doing certain things. So for our show, we have an agent that does 3 things and 3 things only. And then I have another agent that does 1 other thing. And that's all that they do. I wake up in the morning and I have most of the show structured from our agents, which has allowed me to do other things, like go talk to investors, go talk to business, right? So it's amplified my speed of getting things done. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I still am having a hard, I see the concept.
Yeah.
But I know once the light bulb goes off,
yes,
I'm going to jump all over this thing, but I still am having a little bit of a hard time recognizing where I can stick an agent in to do the shit that I'm doing, or some of the shit I'm doing.
So if I was in your shoes, I'm perhaps creating a John Anderson agent that's interacting with. So somebody comes, knocks on your door, your business, and I know you jump on it right away. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like it's a great thing, actually. Maybe that first point of contact is the agent that gathers everything, has the conversation. In the past, we were calling ourselves AI bots of ourselves, but maybe it's the agent that then screens or answers questions or guides somebody around and then moves them to you. I don't know. Right. I'll give you another example. I know you're a big social media content guy. So I'm not looking to unemploy Ben by any stretch, but like last weekend, I had an agent make me 450 pieces of content without any of my interaction. So what does that mean? It created a post. It wrote the post. It scheduled it. It created the picture. It added the trademark to the picture and put it all out. So let's take your world. You got a folder full of videos that you've made over time. You point an agent to that folder and you have it create all of your content for you. And Ben, all that Ben is doing is being the orchestrator. So Ben can go do something else. And dude, I'm happy to show you and Ben this. Truthfully, I am. So Ben can go and do something more human-like and unlock different value for him while your agent is doing stuff that maybe that is good task for the agent to do. Does that make sense to you?
So like an agent could, because we almost are treating some of our foreign workers like agents.
100%. Yes.
We're basically saying, okay, you're video editing. That's your job.
Yeah.
Here's 5 videos.
Yes.
That are complete.
Yes.
You need to watch these, understand them.
Yes.
And duplicate them. We give you raw footage.
Yes. An agent could do that.
What's that?
An agent could do that whole workflow.
And they probably could knock them out as fucking fast as you could give it to them.
100%. 100%. So listen,
schedule them.
Yeah. So offline, I'm more than happy to sit down with you and Ben or Justin or whoever on your crew or just yourself and just show you and even show you how we are using them inside the house here. So you can connect the dots. Right. Because I know you're about efficiency and stuff. And I know you're a smart guy connecting dots. So I think once you start seeing the value and you know, it's no different than me being curious and wanting to learn about your world of peptides and stuff. You know, there's a benefit to each of us here. There's shit that'll help you. There's shit that I can help you with your business with this stuff for sure. Absolutely. Hey, we got Fontana hanging out in the green room.
Real quick, one before we go. Give me 2 examples of how you use them in the house.
No, when I say the house, I mean like the business, like the business.
Oh.
Yeah. Like the business, like as far as in our business, right? So, how I would recommend you thinking about them for your house, your business is look at all your teammates, and not that you're looking to unemploy them. That's not what I'm suggesting. It's maybe looking.
Unfortunately, it's going to happen.
Well, and it has happened in our house at Mornings in the Lab. You know, we have had to shuffle some people around, but also move people to different roles, or people are taking on more roles, right? Because last week there was a couple of tasks that just didn't need to be done by a human anymore, right? So, and I didn't have room inside of the house for them, so I shuffled them around. But what I would invite you to do is look at everything and look at a singular task from start to finish. 9 times out of 10, it probably can be done by an agent.
We can box it like, okay, there's a clear start. There's a clear.
Yes.
I can create a recipe.
Yes, it's
exactly. All I do is create systems because I'm a system creator, so I can feed a system to an agent, and it's done.
Dude, that's why I'm so bullish on I couldn't find the word. That's why I'm so bullish on you building your team of agents, because you are a fucking systems freak. An agent is a system.
Can I have an agent put the 10 pumps of lotion on my body?
Probably in the future, yeah. Because you think about it, all an agent is, Johnny, is if this happens, then this happens. Right? If I put the pump, the liquid comes out, then the liquid hits my skin gets wet. It's the if then this happens, right? So, but hey, so we had a guest bump out this last night on today's show, and I said, hey, we haven't had this guy in a while. He's been out there lurking on the internets and just figuring shit out. And I haven't told him this. I was hoping we could have a little bit of a conversation about intelligence today. I'm kind of curious about it. He's a former military guy, intelligence guy. There's just crazy shit happening in the world, but also want to just catch up with him, but also maybe talk a little bit of intelligence with him as well, because he's a pretty smart guy. His name, let's bring him up, Kai. Joe Fontana. What's going on, Fontana?
Hi. Long time no see, John. I was listening on the AI conversation. Considering like the messaging you send on LinkedIn, you can have AI do all of that. Find the guy.
Yeah.
Create the message.
Yeah.
Send the message. Build out my calendar when he says yes.
You know what, Johnny?
Forgive me for when I say this. Am I posting stuff on LinkedIn?
Yeah,
I got messages from you. Hey, Joe, look into up this and do that. I got a few from you, and I made fun of you because they were automated.
Yeah, but Johnny,
here's what I would say about AI, though. Not to cut you off, Keith, but here's what I say about AI. It works when the human behind it knows the analog skill that it's asking it to complete, so that it can stop it from being artificially intelligent. Because I see it in sales all the time. AI is doing this. I have all these agents. Okay, can you talk to me as a human? Who your prospect is and why they would listen to you and the pain you solve for?
Yeah.
Because if you can't answer those things, when the AI is giving you the data, you don't know good from bad.
Actually, this is actually quite fascinating, Fontana, and this is actually great to go here with you because
real quick, I got to turn up this with this fucking hot here. I got to turn the fan on. This is like it'll take me 10 seconds.
Yeah, go. Yeah, I know you can hear us. So, Fontana, this is fascinating. Actually, this I never thought it was. Let's go here. In the world of sales right now, like AI is like the low hanging fruit because it's data, right?
Everybody's using it.
Yeah, you're
only smart if you are. For somebody like me that builds out sales teams, I now have to show and sprinkle AI
everywhere. Yeah.
So I come from the generation that didn't sell with tech and didn't have these tools. And I'm not even talking about AI. I'm talking about CRM. Files for you and enrich your data.
Yeah.
So I looked at it as the blessing it was. Oh, this thing's going to make my job easier. Not this is going to do my job for me.
Yes.
Because even then and now, you always get bad data. As they say in the world of AI, it hallucinates and just regurgitates nonsense.
Yes.
So I think there was maybe a generation after me, or maybe even me, is the last of that generation that knows the soft skill behind it.
Yes. Yeah. But this is because you were listening in, this is some good practical like nuggets to take away from this, because Johnny, let's use John as a role model here. So John, what we could use AI for is we know who your ICP is. Let's say your ideal customer profile on LinkedIn. We can get an agent to go on LinkedIn and go and search
them all for you.
Yeah.
Say, here's your list. The point I'm trying to make, Keith, is today's seller will look at that list and not know if it's wrong. John will look at that list and be like, there's 82 fitness coaches on here. Why would I send this message to them?
Yes.
Let me look at the message. Oh my God, I would never talk like that. Let me fix it.
Yeah.
Let me teach my tool to learn and to make and have it emulate me better.
Yes.
And every week, as you're doing that, as you get new leads and you start these new campaigns, it's getting smarter and smarter. It's enhancing a soft skill.
Yes.
Today's generation is using it to replace the soft skill.
Yeah.
Here's my list. I trust it. Here's the message. Okay, I'm going to send it. Great. Not knowing the target's wrong, the message is garbage, and it's just going to hit deaf ears. Now you've made things worse for yourself, because if you ever do learn from your mistake, or somebody says, hey, call this hot lead, or this person's super interested, you're going to remember you being a douche canoe. You didn't do your homework. You didn't do the research. And everybody listening, the two of you for sure, your DMs, your emails are littered with it.
100%. Johnny, how are you getting? So let's stay here, man. On business wise, John, how are you getting clients today? Is it primarily Instagram? Like where you got clients coming? Like your funnel? Is your funnel on Instagram, John?
I mean, we have them everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's weird how they all kind of shift. It's like, so the idea is that we have, the bottom of the funnel is basically fed by 2 or 3 or even possibly 4 platforms at the top.
Okay. Right? Yeah.
But it always works out that one of them is pouring most of them in. Right.
Interesting. Yeah.
And then it'll rotate, like before I started getting heavily censored on Instagram was the majority. And then kind of funny, as we started getting censored there, all of a sudden Facebook just started started turning itself on. So as soon as I got the report from the boys, from one of the crew.
Yeah.
We just started, we'll just take our focus and move it around, whatever's given the most fruit, that's where we're going to give the most the most fertilizer and water.
Yes. Yeah. Joe, what are you noticing is changing in the world of lead gens and how AI is affecting all that? Because it is actually, so to your point, I know John's inbox is filled with messaging from agents, and so is mine. I've actually been taking quite a different turn with my messaging. cutting it right back to a couple sentences, spelling typos.
That's what's always worked.
Like
People tell me all the time, what am I doing wrong here? Well, your email's got more words in it than the first 4 books of the Bible.
Yeah.
Yes. People ask me all the time, what should my message sound like? Here is an easy fix. No more than 60 words. You cannot use any pronoun that relates to the word I. So no I, no me.
Yeah.
You can't talk feature. You can't talk benefit. You can only talk pain. What makes you shit the bed at 4 a.m.?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the kind of Kleenex I have available to solve that.
And probably typos everywhere so that Anderson knows that it came from fucking Billis, real Billis.
Yeah, sometimes just a punctuation thing. All in the last sentence with an apostrophe.
Yeah.
Or
How
hey,
about
no
between
dot here.
sentences, dot.
Or joke in on it. I usually start a note. Bebop, boop, borp.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No bot here, my man. Just someone that knows this makes you shit the bed at 4 a.m. No pitch either, but I'd love to learn more about it.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's just it's an invitation to have a conversation.
It's always new because people only deal with people.
Yeah,
and I've used AI and I've used automation, but I know after having trusted someone and was like, hey, I got this, AI's got this.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting on 200 of your friends that are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know me, this message, what are you doing here?
We get on that level, dude. Man, I tell all my fucking buddies, listen, social media is business for me. If you come in fucking trying to have a conversation, someone's going to try to sell you something. So fucking text me.
Yes.
But here's the thing, like for sellers, I tell them today, what works is a combination of everything. You got to be on LinkedIn, you got to be on emails, and you got to pick up the phone. People reward that human sometimes.
Yeah.
True. Who wants to do it? I was showing a newbie the other day. I was like, I don't even know your product, but watch how I get a guy on the phone.
And it works.
Hey, just want to book a call with you. I know this makes you this. Can we talk 2:00 on Tuesday? Yes.
It's an invitation to have a conversation. People are very open to that. They're not open to feeling like they're getting sold. People want to choose to make. They want to choose to buy. They don't want to feel like they're forced to sell. So invitation to have a conversation is very low barrier of entry.
Yeah. Maybe you get a client. Maybe you get a friend. Maybe you get somebody that opens doors. Maybe you get a door slammed on your face. But to go back to AI, if you don't know what the lever looks like without AI, you shouldn't be pushing or punching or using anything.
Yeah.
I tell sellers all the time. I came in, team, just connected at the hip to automation and technology and AI. And I was like, you're doing all of these messages are wrong. The prospects are wrong. Every angle is wrong. Nobody can use tech for 30 days.
Interesting.
You send an email, you're going to fucking type it out. You want to talk to the guy? Here's this machine that gets you in contact with him. Nobody else is using it. Walk me through why this guy would talk to you. Because that's what sales is at the end of the day. Why yes? Why us? Why now?
Yeah. Joe Fontana.
I just realized this is the first time I've ever seen Joe's eyes. He's always had glasses.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, something looks really different.
And blasted or something. Yeah.
Most of the times it was after a wake and bake. So it's been a minute. I've been on sabbatical and working out and taking care of myself. Even though I got out of a 2-hour workout the other day, sneezed, and have not been able to walk since.
Yeah.
I was like, son of a bitch, I thought like taking care of myself or working out was going to cure me of stupid shit, like throwing my back out after a sneeze. And I got to go into the city later today. Like,
tell me where it is, brother. I probably have a remedy for you. It's where is it?
Hip area between my spine. Like I'm walking at like a 70-degree angle.
So it's like your lower back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you got to do, it's really common. You know, people are so afraid of back issues. They veer away from strengthening the back or working the back. Oh, I don't want to hurt my back, so I better not do anything. You're making the problem worse because now that area is weak. You sneezed because it's not strong and or conditioned. Boom, something moves. The muscles weren't strong enough to hold whatever moved in place. So all you got to do is strengthen the area. The simple fix, brother, and it'll probably work. With the majority of people, I give this tip.
Considering your biceps are bigger than my head, I would have to assume it will work.
So it's just a few minutes every day. And you, even when it goes away, you keep doing it, because now what you're doing is it's a safeguard against it happening again. Are you familiar with it's called a Superman? You don't need a gym. All you need is a fucking floor.
Yeah. Right? What's the
you
Superman? Yeah, I do calisthenics, but what's a Superman?
Superman, you lay on your stomach, arms out in front of you. You're going to basically clench your butt cheeks, which is then going to turn you into kind of a kind of a bow, right? What you're doing is you're going to feel that strain from the back of from your knees on all your backside up through your hamstrings, your butt, your lower back, into somewhere into up your back as well. You'll even feel, because your arms are up in the air, because you're
so it's arms and legs up in the air.
Fly like Superman. He doesn't.
Like Superman.
Yeah. So remember when Superman flies, he's arched, he's up. There you go.
Oh, look, there we go. Thanks, Keith.
Yeah.
Whoever pulled that out. Whatever he did that. Thank you.
Start off by doing that for whatever is, I don't know, 30 seconds. You'll work your way up to a minute without a problem. 5 of those every day. And that will, number one, it'll make this problem go away pretty quickly. Number 2 is, if you continue to do it, you will have much less issues in the future with your back going out.
Oh, I'm going to do this the second we're done.
Because why it's going to help right away is because the muscles in under tension like that is pulling whatever moved back into place.
Yeah, I love that
so much. Thank you, John.
Yeah. So as Kai pointed out, no agent did that. We had producer Kai get that on the screen for us really quickly. She's on the ball here today on the buttons. Good job, Kai. That's awesome. That's fucking so awesome, actually, showing us how to do that. That's
you just go up to the top like that and hold for roughly 30 seconds, and you'll be pretty surprised. In a week or two, you'll be able to do a lot more. But once you get to 60 seconds, you don't need to go more than 60 seconds.
Yeah.
5 of those every day. And if you miss a couple days here and there, as long as you get 5 days a week, you're going to be fine. And also, too, don't roll out of bed and do it. Make sure you're semi-warm. You know what I mean? Like you're awake for 15 minutes.
Will this be a problem doing it knowing like my back is sore right now?
Right now, I was going to say, right now, if this is going to help, if you do this right now, it will hurt, yes, but it will feel also like an eerie feeling of good. That's the feeling of something going back in.
Good.
Right.
I got to walk from Penn Station to Midtown today. And
well, if you have any feeling of good in this first go, that means we're on the right track. If it's just like fucking piercing and there's no ear, when I say ear, it's not like, oh my God, that feels better. It's like, wait a minute, that kind of feels good at the same time. That's what we're looking for.
But don't go over 60 seconds.
Well, that you just don't need to. I mean, keep in mind, once in the beginning, you might only be able to do 5 30-second ones. So I'm just trying to let you know, it's not a contest. It's just this. It's like brushing your teeth. You're going to maintain your back like you maintain your teeth.
Okay.
You don't need to brush your teeth for 2 hours. You could, but it's an overkill.
Yeah, it's a good exercise, dude. I do it often. I'll do it at the end of the day. Usually, I'm downstairs to my stretch. I love it. It's just a great way to. It's just a great full body stretch. Hey, I do got some news I want to put on the table because that is part of what we do here.
That's just so everybody's understand. That's not a stretch. That's a hold, contraction.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure, okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, choice of words. Yeah, that's well, it's just like
we don't want Joe to think, oh man, these guys in the morning show taught me this. Get a great stretch. What the fuck? These guys don't know what they're talking about.
Hey, so here's something: the U.S. government, Joe, the U.S. government just put testosterone on the menu.
Of course they did.
The USDA just added a testosterone health section to the federal dietary guidelines. Tea prescriptions have hit 11 million and climbing.
RFK takes it. The FDA is exploring easier access. And the guidelines say low-fat diets may actually be working against men's hormones.
Testosterone just went mainstream at the federal level.
Keith, John, when's the last time either of you actually got your levels checked?
Johnny, pretty big news, man, because the government is saying
I look like I have low testosterone.
What's that? No. Well, no, but who's that guy in the gym there? But this is good though, Joe, because the government is saying, let's not turn a blind eye to this. We should talk about this and do something about it. Anderson, starting with you.
I mean, it's the general idea of what testosterone is very, very misunderstood. You can be more dangerous to your health to be low than high.
Yes. Yeah. Fontana?
Listen, I'm all for it. I'd love to get my hands on some myself outside of, the illegal ways you'd see it in a gym.
Yeah.
There's clinics everywhere, brother. A clinic now, this is like this. It's kind of like, how old are you? You say you were over 35. Okay, here you go.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, but I think, John, but that's why I found this news was positive, because it's removing stigmas. Because what you said, Anderson, it's largely misunderstood, isn't it? It really is.
Well, here's
misunderstood by me. Like, I know I need it. I don't know the best way to get it. I'd rather find out a natural way to do it.
What do you mean a natural? It's exogenous.
I don't know. Like, I feel like, I guess it comes from my own skepticism and experiences with testosterone. To me, like, testosterone came from a guy who was willing to give you a needle or a gel in a gym.
Well, I think at some point, the guy who was going to give you those AI agents was a fucking weirdo too.
No, yeah. I get that. But here, I guess my problem is, personally, I'm a sucker for a good sale. So I don't know if one of those clinics is giving me something that's good for me, or something that's a quick fix.
Connect me with Joe. I'll give you a referral to a clinic that will take care of you.
Thank you. Yeah. That's what I was going for. See,
all you got to do is we'll make sure that they know you're coming for me. You're good to go.
Appreciate that.
But again, when I
guess, like everything else, it requires taking the time to do to educate yourself.
Yeah, or you basically just knowing that you're getting led to a good place. I totally get that. So somebody like, obviously, if you come to someone who knows, like you're asking me, I could say, yes, this is good. That's an endorsement. You're comfortable moving forward. But without that, well, fuck, who's going to take me?
Yes.
You know what it is?
Who's going to take a piece of me?
There's a spot near my house. Like I said, I've been in the gym. I've been taking care of myself, and I hear all the stuff about peptides and testosterone. And I went into this place, and it just reeked snake oil salesman. Just in the way they interacted with me, like coming to conclusions before I even opened my mouth. And I was like, okay.
These things, it's like these clinics, you might as well be walking onto a used car sales lot.
Yeah, that's what I felt.
They're going to take whatever they can get out of you, for sure. That's why you got to find the right end. But here's one. Check this out. Here's an interesting underlayment to this whole issue, which we'll probably hear more about in the next 5 years, but we're not hearing about it now. And to be totally honest, the clinic that I'll refer to, I'm not even sure if they're prepared for this, because the clinics that pretty much very few clinics are up to speed with this. But the majority of testosterone is in a seed oil, which we know is toxic. So we're trying not to eat this shit, but now we're going to inject it in ourselves. So there are very few clinics and very few, I guess you'd say, manufacturers of testosterone that have made the switch to put it into MCT oil, which is not toxic. So that's something to think about. Now, granted, the odds are you're going to be put on a dose of about 250 milligrams a week, which is like 1 milliliter. And the amount of toxicity in that is not terrible, but I just want you to understand that you're basically kind of paying Peter to steal a little bit from Paul. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hanging out with Joe, Keith, and John this morning on Mornings in the Live with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, Kai, you got something committed here to throw us on the screen here? What's we got this dude this bro leaving it all out there, since we're talking testosterone and low TRT. Check this out. I haven't seen this yet. This guy's I think he's getting out. That's Joe this morning in the gym. Oh, look at him.
Yeah, they were made out of rubber. Those were foam weights to be made.
There you go. You made it. Look at that. Good job, buddy. There's Fontana getting after this morning in the gym. You just got to try every now and then. That's all you got to do. That's fun, man. That's fun. Hey, Joe, you want to stick around for a couple minutes after the second hour? Men want marriage more than women do. John, did you want to? Have you always been the guy who's wanted to get married? Joe, did you want to get married? I think Cheryl Whitaker might join us as well. But apparently, stats are saying that men are eager to get to the altar more than women. We're going to have the conversation coming up after the lifestyle tip. Reset hour 2, and come back for some more Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends. Let's do it, Kai. Let's reset the hour. Let's do lifestyle tip first. Johnny, let's do it.
All right, lifestyle tip. This is going to be, it's going to be simple, but it's going to be effective. So many of you guys wake up in the morning, and I'm involving myself in this as well. So the majority of us wake up in the morning and we just have that voice telling us you're tired, you're this, you're that, go back to sleep, hit the snooze, whatever it is. Snooze is a different topic, but the point in being is this. Once you're on your feet, what you've got to remind yourself is this, and I use this every morning. Keep moving. Don't stand still. Don't sit down. Keep moving. Coffee maker, here, there. The more you move, the more blood flow you get. You are waking yourself up. You wake up, you say you're tired, you go grab a cup of coffee, you sit your ass down. You're not promoting the process of waking up. Yes, that caffeine will help, but not like blood flow. So when you find yourself negotiating with sitting down or laying down or hitting the snooze, going back to bed, whatever it is, it's the simple mantra of keep moving will make a big, big difference. I can't ever, majority of mornings, I say that to myself 5 or 6 times. And I would say by the 9th or the 10th minute of me being on my feet, continually moving, and I'm just talking about walking through my kitchen, doing what I do, doing my morning routine. What I don't do is go sit at my desk. Why? Because I'm sitting. So adapt this simple mantra. The barrier of entry is so low and so easy. All I'm asking you to do is repeat this in your head over and over in the morning until you wake up. What's the tip? Adapt the mantra. Keep moving. Rock and roll.
Good morning. Welcome to the live, John and friends. Second hour right now. Hey, Kai, there we go. We had the wrong screen up there. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Your live morning show. We get up and get after every single day live right here. Mornings.live on the big Mornings.live network. Conversations, content, fun, humor, ridiculous banter, and back and forth BS every single day right here, 8 o'clock, mornings.live. Have you checked into the show yet? Hey, Fontana, have you checked into the show yet? Mornings.live. You can come build your streak with us. Show your proof, show you're up, show you're after it. Show us you are getting after your big, audacious goals right here on the big show, Mornings.live. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. All right, we're going to come back an hour or two here. We're going to have a conversation about, well, men apparently want marriage more than women do. I'm married. Well, almost. Yeah, married. Johnny's married. Fontana's married. And then I believe Cheryl Whitaker's joining us as well in a few minutes. We're going to get this conversation on what we call the deep dive. And that conversation, hey, Kai, producer Kai, it starts right now.
You want marriage, you just will not say it. You would rather look detached than look honest.
It's not that men will not commit. It's that nobody believes men want to, so men hide it.
That hiding costs you years. It turns I want you into silence. Then she calls it a lack of effort.
New rule. Wanting marriage is not weakness. Pretending you do not is what makes you unreliable.
Say one clean sentence this morning. I want a real marriage. Then back it with one action before lunch.
We'll show why men want it and why it still breaks. Then we'll show the mistake and the fix.
Hey, Joe, before we get into the conversation, I got to ask you, have you checked into our show yet? You probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about, Joe Fontana. Mornings.live. You can actually now check into the show. You can show your proof. You can show you're awake. You can post a picture. You can, you can have a free accountability partner called Mornings in the Lab at mornings.live. There you go. And Cheryl Whitaker's going to join us as well. Yeah. There you go. So, hey, let's have a conversation about marriage. Apparently, a 2025 Kinsey study says that men have where is it here? More men want to be married than women do. 64% of young men barely date, 50% blame finances, but apparently more men are in a rush to get married than women are. Gray divorce is a striking killer along the way, but men are in a rush to get married. Joe Fontana, why do you think that is?
Probably because they realize the world is tough and they want their mommies back.
Well, you know what's interesting to hear you say that is that the study found that for most men, a wife is their only emotional support. So when we have a woman in our lives, she becomes our emotional conduit, right? It's I hate to use the word, but I'll use it. Sorry, Johnny, I use that H word, but we build dependency, right? And as a result, men are looking for that lady to be in their life.
Yeah, I can see that. That's certainly a valid point. I know that's why I married I think the second time I wasn't looking to get married. Nor was my wife.
Yeah.
But I think after you make all the mistakes of the first time, the second ones, you sort of see the forest for the trees that you didn't see the first time around.
Yes. Yeah. I thought this was interesting because, I know you're a couple of years younger than I am, but I'd say we similarly grew up in an era where it seemed like it was the female that was always in the rush to get married, right? Like, at least that's how culture perpetuated it, right?
Start a family, have kids.
Yes. John,
you have to do it by a certain age. You have to be, this is the milestone for 25. This is the milestone for 30.
Yeah. John, you heard my comment. Men want to get married more than women do. You and Terry aren't married, even though you are married.
Legally, I've never been married ever.
Yeah. But have you been the guy rushing towards that situation with a female, like grabbing a female, keeping her close to you because of that emotional stability?
No, I've been the polar opposite. I've always avoided marriage because, I guess it was my first, the first identification of me realizing that it wasn't really appealing to me was within my own family, because there was, Jesus Christ, there was 7 marriages. And between my mom and my dad, 7 or 8 marriages and all but 1 divorce.
Murphy.
Yeah, there's a lot of divorces. So I was like, I'm in no fucking hurry to do this shit. And so then I started looking a little deeper into it. And I was like, okay, let's look at what is marriage? What does it mean? How is it perceived?
Yes.
By people around us,
Yes.
And at that point I hadn't traveled the world yet, so I didn't see I didn't factor other parts of the world than just America.
Yeah.
And like, well, okay. People look at marriage as this thing that is some sort of a mechanism. It's like this, okay, you're having trouble, so let's just get married.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So you're going to basically take an already difficult situation and you're going to raise the expectations between the two partners, but you've done nothing to the difficult situation to support those expectations. So it just became this thing where it was like this grasping at straws or rush into it. And there was no, it wasn't like when, 80 years ago, when if you got fucking married, well, you just fucking suffered through it.
Well, so it's interesting, John, to play on what you just said, because, in the 90s, gray divorce was under 9%. So, John, to take your comment, people got married back when the 3 of us were growing up. Now, over 36% of people that are divorcing are over 50.
There's more divorces.
Because they're tired of each other.
The amount of
because that's the generation that's been together for 30 years. Like they're seeing all the kids around them get divorced after a minute. And they're like, hey, I've been dealing with this shit for 30 years. I'm done.
Yeah, Johnny.
Well, it's just the idea that the whole fucking institution, let's call it of marriage, doesn't really fucking hold any weight. So why am I going to be a rush to go join this fucking party that's about as fucking if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Like when I have buddies that get married and then they cheat, I'm like, dude, why the fuck did you get married if that's what you're going to do?
Yes. Well,
you don't have to fucking get married. What the fuck, man? If you want to go have fun, go have fun.
But Johnny, I'll tell you why, because I think it opens up to how we started the conversation. Men are looking for that emotional safety. So it's like, okay, I got the emotional safety. I got the mom at home. Who's my emotional safety net. And it's that guy, Johnny, it's that guy who's like, then it goes chases the side tail all the time because he can come home to his safe. And I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying it supports what this research says.
Well, so I'm back in, I don't know when it was when I decided I'd kind of warded off marriage. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm just not even going to sweat it.
Yeah.
I've got enough information rolling around in my head that tells me that this is probably going to be a situation that's going to bring me more fucking grief than good. And it wasn't only, I'm thinking about even finding a mate that is not influenced by what's going on in the current times. This would have been probably late 90s,
Yes.
Things were really starting to fall apart with marriages. They were divorces were everywhere. And I was just like, even if I feel like I've got a grip, that means I've got to find a chick who has that same grip. And I was like, I'm not worried about it. Forget it.
Yes.
I don't have. How does marriage bring some extra quality to my life? I can see how it could bring, it could just, bring a lot of unhappiness to my life faster than happiness based upon how it's being viewed in the current state of today.
Yeah. Fontana.
Listen, I got married the first time for all the wrong reasons. I was that guy that was, fucking everything that moved.
Oh,
and
yeah.
One day I was like, wait a second, there's no point in this. If I get caught, I'm gonna have to give up everything.
Yeah.
And so just owned it. Like, hey, it's not working anymore.
Good for you, man.
We got to do this. And I was on the verge of getting caught. I was doing all the things to get caught. And as a buddy of mine looked at everything, he's like, you're going to get caught. So just say something. And at least if nothing else, walk away with your dignity.
Good for you,
She's
man.
going to take you to the cleaners either way, and she did, but it was certainly better than getting caught literally or figuratively with my pants down.
Yeah. Good for you for owning that, though. Good for you for owning that. Hey, guys, as we're continuing this conversation, Joe, 60% of men feel like no one cares if they are okay.
Ekundo's global report just dropped. More than 60% of men feel like no one actually cares if they're okay. 1 in 4 young American men feels lonely every day.
Gallup says U.S. young men are the loneliest in the Western world. Out of 38 countries, 49% have thought about suicide in the past 2 weeks.
This one isn't a debate, Keith. This is personal. For all of us. John Maine, you too. Let's just be honest for once.
I've known you for a while, Fontana, just through LinkedIn and been on the show here. And, how are you? I know you've had your journeys. How are you doing these days? You're muted.
No audio.
Of course not. About a year ago, I took, a little less than a year now, went on sabbatical because I knew I was breaking down. I was in a toxic work relationship. It was bleeding into my personal life. I was dealing, still with the death of my mother. Took the time off to step away, and shit's been great. First couple of months were a dumpster fire. Like, I didn't know what to do with inboxes that were empty or a phone that wouldn't ring for days. But I could tell you the last time I was on social media, and I used to be, connected at the hip to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would agree with that remark. A lot of guys, and myself included, walk around like, hey, nobody cares for me. I'm the guy that's pulling all the strings, yet nobody gives 2 squirts.
Yeah.
You know what? My first reaction, even before you said a word, Joe, was if people would fucking worry more about, the most important fucking person to worry about how you're doing is you.
Yeah. Nobody gives 2 fucks. Nobody gives 2 fucks.
Why is it such a big? Nobody cares. Well, they're fucking worried about their own shit. That's why they don't fucking care. Jesus Christ, look at the fucking world around us. Everybody has fucking problems. The majority of people in this fucking world take so little time to plan and actually think about what they're just running from emergency to emergency. It's like a fireman that finishes with one fire and gets called right to the next. You think he's fucking worried about the guy walking down the street?
Yeah.
Listen, that was my life for 35 years. I sat with my mentor when I went on sabbatical, and he's like, when's the last time you've been off? I'm working on a book, and
but the point is, Joe, the point is that everybody's living that way. You're a prime example.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you going to care about how somebody else is doing? You're barely able to keep your own head above water. That's what's happening. And then you get all these pushes. Oh my God, nobody fucking cares. Well, Jesus Christ, look around.
I went through that moaning and wailing too. I reached out to, I expected all these people that I helped to be sitting there with open arms, willing to help me. And like, hey, everybody's got their own fucking problems.
Well, so Johnny, it was that was a complete eye opener to me when I got the proverbial call at ICUC and they called me to say that they were moving on without me, and then you really you know, and I'm not complaining, I'm simply just observing a situation, which was, oh, to your point, John, oh, you guys are all moving on without me, and they just kept going on, and they had and nobody cared about my own shit because they all had their own shit, right? So you're so correct, John. It's that. And, you know, it's like sports players, right? We're all just an asset at the end of the day. So we got to go back to looking at our own mirror, Anderson, to your point, because, you know, we all have our own shit. And that was the eye opener for me when that happened to me, because I'm like, nobody actually cares. And I'm not complaining, but it was just one of those, right, this is the truth of reality.
Well, as soon as you go into this thought process, what you're doing is you're allowing other people to control how you feel.
Yes.
That's the number one fucking rule you're breaking the number one rule of happiness. No one else in this fucking world should be able to control how you feel and your mood at any fucking time in your life. If you can do that, you're going to be just fine. But if you're looking for other people to give you something, fucking, you just signed up for a really fucking miserable existence.
No one's coming to save you. Like, I've always been the guy that saved people. And one day I was thinking to myself, like, I help all these people. How come nobody's helping me? And that Marine in the back of my head was like, nobody's coming to fucking help you. Now what? Now what are you going to do? Now we all know nobody's coming to save the day. And it's pick up yourself by the bootstraps and put in the fucking time and make the investment. And if you do that, you'll be able to save yourself.
It's interesting to hear you say that, you know, you were thinking that somebody was going to come save you. Right?
No, it was like, you know, like, I help everybody. Why isn't somebody helping me? Where's the guy that comes in and gets me the job or makes this happen or helps the deal close when I'm that guy to everybody? And it took turning away from the world and turning myself off, so to speak, to realize, like, hey, nobody's coming. You've always saved yourself. Like, look at your life. Anytime the shit has hit the fan or things got dark or things got tight.
Well, then that kind of leads to the next. So, are you helping people selflessly, or are you helping people with the idea that you want to be helped in return?
So I've always helped selflessly. But I also grew up in Brooklyn.
Well, but hold on, back up, Joe. If you help selflessly, then you wouldn't feel the way you felt.
No, but that's why I needed to step away from everything, because I started to look at things in a quid pro quo.
So you got to retract the statement, I've always helped selflessly. That's incorrect. Or you wouldn't have to step back from this you were helping with the idea that you're going to get some return.
No, I always helped with the expectation that, like, hey, if you ever needed something, this person may not help you. I guess I went around with that very naive approach of course this person will help me. I help them. Like, I don't help with the one day I'm going to need you and I'm going to
that's just a camouflaged expectation, brother.
No, listen, it was me expecting the world to save me. I was in
that's
a
what
dark
I point.
place.
So when you're saying I've always helped selflessly, that was the root of the problem. That wasn't the case. You believed that you were helping selflessly, but not really.
No, I think it was just a darker part of my psyche that, so like I said, I grew up around gangsters. So it was always, if I helped you, you were going to help me back. And if you didn't help me back, there would, in return, there would be a problem.
Like a code, a certain kind of code on live.
And just, when you're in a dark place, or as I was,
call it a code or an expectation.
We talked about it on the show.
Code or expectation. What's the difference?
Yeah, it's true.
Brother, beyond the reason you had your problem is because you were not helping selflessly. Point blank. There's no other way to describe it.
Yeah, okay. I'll give it to you.
And actually, so I'll offer a surface to fall on. But it was it sounds to me, Joe, as you had that realization what John just said.
You just didn't know it until the fucking bottom got pulled out.
No, but that's, I guess I communicated it wrong. If somebody comes to me, Joe, can you help me find a job, or can you help with this? I'm happy to do it.
Yes. But do you expect, so I
didn't expect anything in return, but I was disappointed when no one stood up.
Okay. Right. So it was more of a learning experience for you as much as anything. I was like, this is.
But if you're disappointed because there's an expectation of what should happen, that's still
it was that reminder.
All we're doing is just putting we're just shining this turd is all we're doing here.
Yeah. It is a lipstick on a pig exercise. I'll grant you that. But
there's no way to You had a reaction because you had an expectation. Period. End of story. There, you can paint that any color you want to, call it whatever animal you want to, but that fact remains.
It's true.
No, you're right. But it took that for me to say, hey, like your entire life, you've depended on nobody. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about that. You just got to go out and you got to get it done.
Yeah.
And from somebody who takes a lot of calls from people in need of help, and Keith, I've been doing this for years. Yeah. A lot of people come with a sense of entitlement and that sense of you're the guy who's going to save the day and I don't have to do any work for it.
Yeah. If anything, I'm glad. So I guess for me, what I'm hearing out of this is that, John, it was a good thing for Fontana not to have had anybody help him when he went through it, because it was an eye opener for him that, I'm going through this journey in life in a way that I wasn't expecting. So, hey, Joe,
it was I'm sure once all the dust settled, yes, it was really helpful to really have a true perspective of what was going on.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, we listen, we all fucking lie to ourselves, and I don't mean this, I'm not in a bad way. In these little kind of maneuver, what just makes us feel better about what we're doing. Like, Joe, you believed you were helping people selflessly, but you had a little expectation. And that little expectation obviously brought a big reaction when all the dust settled. But it's really easy to say something like that. God knows I've done that plenty of times myself. I'm probably fucking doing it right now, and I don't know it until some fucking frying pan hits me inside the head and go, oh, fuck, I guess I was not being totally honest with myself.
Yeah. Hey, you guys have dogs. I love my dog. I know Anderson loves his. Joe, you have a dog. I know you have a dog, actually. You have
4 Shih Tzus.
Yeah. So here's the question.
Dude, I got the best Shih Tzu story on the planet.
Would you risk your life to save your dog? I would. Kai, throw this on the screen. Check this out. This guy risked his life to save his dog. Would you do the same thing?
Oh, boy, that's fucking close, baby.
Was that AI or was that real?
Yeah, it makes you think, because like the dog's just wagging his tail and happy like that. I don't know. But that's the thing today. You can't tell.
So is it AI or not, Joey?
I have no clue. I'd like to. I don't know. I mean, I've seen people do this and I would do it. I would save my dog if it was in danger.
So that
dog looks too happy for someone that almost got hit by a train. Like there's no sense of alarm on that dog's face or fear, just like,
Yeah. So it was AI, and I know John.
Yeah, I was going to say, Joe, you cracked the code on that one, brother, because everything else you have to find some little thing that AI is overlooking, and it's the dog's reaction.
Yeah,
that is so easy.
That dog would have pissed and shit all over me if that was real life.
Yeah, you can't see the guy's face. And the other reason is, why the fuck did the dog just jump?
I know. That was me too. Like, why?
Okay, was there something down there he wanted? He didn't put his mouth on something. If he was going to get something, it would have made much more sense.
Yeah, nobody pushed him. That's a subway in New York City. So that is not a slippery surface. What also catches me is that it's a New York subway station, but that's not a New York City subway train. Like, now that I watch it, you're like,
how can you tell
colors up front. So when you first come into view, you see the green bar, and I think it says 42nd Street.
Oh, yeah.
If you go right to the beginning, there is a post with a number.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
No shit.
The train approaching.
That's awesome, Fontana.
It's not a New York City subway train. You could tell because New York City subway trains don't have that orange and pink decal. See how it's all orange and pink in the front?
Yeah.
That's actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, either like Boston or Philadelphia. And I bet if you can hone in on the picture of the train as it comes in the tunnel and it has the name up front, it won't match the name on that station pylon.
Dude, good observation, man. Holy smokes.
But you got to see it 8 times and you have it in slow motion to catch it. If I saw this on Instagram, I'd be like, oh, loving gentleman.
So I could say ultimately, though, I would do that for my dog. Without a doubt, I would do that for my dog. Would you guys?
It depends on the dog. It depends on what he's doing. No, I would do it. There's one dog that just annoys me to no end, but it's like my wife's soul animal, so I have no choice. But if we're in danger, I would have to. They're like
Hey, I
I
told
think
you.
Just say it though,
it's
because
just a reaction.
Well, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, yeah. Hey, here's a reaction when my dad brought this TV home growing up.
Hold on, I got to give you the Shih Tzu story. Best fucking story.
Yeah, tell me.
So I had this chick that was living with me. Shouldn't have been, right? It was one of those situations where you somehow find somebody living with you just because you're having such good sex, and that was a terrible idea, but that's what happened. Anyway, so she's got this little fucking dog, right? Or it wasn't her dog. Somebody gave her this fucking dog. She had to fucking watch over. I'm like, God damn, I don't want fucking pets in my house. She had this fucking cool little cool little townhome, and it was fucking clean and smelled nice, and it's a little Shih Tzu. And so she left one weekend, and I'm left with the dog. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Jesus Christ. Well, one of the things that would happen with this dog is when he would wake up, he would jump off the fucking bed. He would run in my office. He would take a dump, and he would fucking eat it. Yeah, literally just that quick. So you had to bust ass down.
I don't even stop him anymore. Hey, you want to clean your mess up? Great.
Well, and so I was like, well, Jesus Christ, this is perfect. I guess she's going to be gone 4 days. I'm just going to let the motherfucker go take a dump and eat it. And as soon as one day he doesn't take a dump, I'll worry about feeding him.
Are you serious?
Took 3 days before he finally.
I've had a vet tell me like it's just indicative of the breed. I have one that will take a shit, look at me. My wife's like, "Let me go get a toilet paper." Oh, nope, don't bother.
Over here,
eat it right up.
Just fucking shut it down.
I just had feet of snow melt, and this dog was in the backyard yesterday like a pooper scooper.
So
and I'm like, you try to stop it, it snaps at you. It's like, let me eat my shit in peace. I'm not gonna say.
So I got to rewind this in my head. So Anderson, just so I'm clear, you're living with this dog for a few days. The girl's gone, and it's just shitting, eating it, shitting, eating it, shitting, eating it.
And that's what because I could go into the room and I could tell if he'd taken a dump because it would stink. You could smell it.
Yeah.
The turd was gone, but you could smell it. Oh. One day I went, fuck, you didn't take a dump today. I guess I better feed you.
Oh my God.
What Anderson doesn't tell you, because he isn't like the dog's owner, is how much they love to lick your fucking face 15 minutes later.
Oh my God.
Like, I will not let those dogs near me after I've seen it. But
hey, Fontana, did you have a TV like this in your house? I did growing up. I had exactly this TV. That's exactly what my TV looked like growing up. Yeah. And Anderson did not, because he didn't have a TV, but that's what my parents had in our house. We had one of those, actually, that big ass fucking TV. It weighed like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, look at that. That's a fucking steel stand, that thing is.
Dude, like hardcore, probably American made. Just Joe, you're muted there. Joe, did you have one of those?
Yeah, you had to have big money for that stand.
Yeah.
And remember the ones later on that were their own cabinet?
Yes.
Right into it. Yeah, I remember those 3 stations, black and white. You had to get up to change the station.
Oh my God. Hey, so when's the last time I went for a haircut, Fontana?
Yesterday.
Oh, well, I wonder if this happened to you. Hey, John, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, check this man asked for a trim and got a survival test. That barber pulled out giant shears like a villain.
That's the whole joke right there. Normal clippers, then instant medieval haircut energy. Panic.
And the face sold it. The second he saw those scissors, his soul left the chair. That's why it works.
Nothing happened, but every man watching still felt his sideburns tighten up.
So, John, where are you landing? Funny, harmless prank or immediate barber trust violation?
Anderson, if that happens to you while you're getting your hair cut.
So I fucking missed what happened. So he's got the clippers, right? He's got the clippers. What the fuck was that?
That was his cock.
Yeah, that's way out of line.
If I'm getting my hair cut and that happens, I don't even know how I'm reacting, Fontana.
I was watching his head the whole time, not down there. I was thinking, what's going on with it? You know, I was just not even fucking thinking to look right there. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
My mind.
John, what would you do if that happened to you? Yes,
I don't know, man. I'd lose my kazoo.
I know you got a rock and roll, Fontana. Thanks for joining us today, pal.
Oh, this is great, John. Sorry for talking so much. I got to.
Oh no, that's why we have you here, dude. Because you fucking talk up a storm. Fuck.
I do, man. I'm happy to come on anytime. I did some Supermans in the break. It certainly helped. Well, I had to. You don't understand. Like I'm terrified to have to walk around. Like I don't want to take a cab if I don't have to. They're a waste of money. And the moment you get in, you tell the guy it's 5 blocks. He's got to figure out the most
how to get there.
Longest way to get to those 5 blocks. And he'll find like 15 blocks to get there just so he could charge you $30. So I typically walk, and I still want to do this walk. So while it was the break, I was sitting on the floor, 4 Shih Tzus coming up, licking my back, jumping on my fucking head. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Johnny Anderson said this is going to help." And I'm like, "God."
Did you get the pure feeling of good?
Yes.
There we go. Then you're on track, brother. That you were feeling whatever's out going back.
Listen, you've thrown a couple of great little go out and try this. One I still do today when I get anxious is in the cold weather, t-shirt and shorts, sprint like 50 yards.
Yeah,
sprint until I can't. Like just sprint until like I want to throw up, and then like, oh, wow, yeah. What was I bothered about again?
Yeah, it just wipes it all away.
Because you're too busy trying not to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, who cares about that guy saying no to me? I think I need a doctor.
He told you to get out and do that. I remember that. He's like, Joe, just go and fucking do that. And then
I came up the steps later. You guys, Joe, why is your face purple? I just went on, sprinted.
And you know what's funny is I remember a couple days later, Anderson says to me, "Have we heard from Joe since we sent him out?" I'm like, "No, I haven't actually heard from Joe."
No, I needed a stray dog to wake me up because I certainly forgot the stress, but I think I had a mild heart attack.
The last time
brother, it's crazy because I do a version of that. Like this morning, I did 100 fucking burpees, and granted, it's not like I was having a major problem, but I know that I'm going to have a better day when I wipe away all the fucking smut that's fucking, we're constantly have shit that's, I call it like unidentified anxiety. Sometimes we're anxious about it. We don't even fucking know why.
Yeah.
Just wipe it off.
Yeah.
Good fucking, just get that heart pumping, make it to where you can't breathe a little bit. It's all gone.
Well, I can't thank you guys enough for having me on. You ever need me, you know where to find me.
I hope it was a good start.
You guys are the real fucking deal. They've been helping people for fucking ages. If they say it, do it. Trust me. Love you guys.
Take care, Fontana. Good to see you, brother. Always love you too, pal. Take care.
Hey, brush your hair, brother.
Great to see you, Joe.
All right. Joey's out of here. Left with Keith and John. We're going to get John out in a quick second. Always good to have fun with that guy. He's, but true story, man. I remember you said to me, did we hear from Joe after you sent him out that last time? Because you sent him doing the fucking runs or whatever it was out of his house because he was belly aching. And you're like, just fucking go. And he's like, okay. Go.
Well, it's almost like the New York culture.
Yes.
They just fucking bitch about everything.
Yeah. No, dude, you are so right.
Fuck, I got a fucking client right now. I'm like, fuck, man. I was like, what I want to say to him is, look, you're going to get more of what you think about, right?
Yeah.
He has no interest in that type of coaching.
Is that
but
right?
It's like they are bred to bitch about shit.
Yes.
They all think someone's coming to get them.
That's my experience too. Yeah, I love my New Yorker friends. I do, but I find the same way. There's always an angle. It's like, oh, what do you got against me? What is it? What is it?
I mean, and it's not for no reason.
No.
Because they deal with a lot of that shit.
100%.
But it's like in many cases there are people that are not in those situations where someone's truly trying to take advantage, but this is the house they were raised in.
Yes. Okay, I got to get you out of here. I want to offer this back to you as we wrap up here today. If you want to sit down today, tomorrow, sometime this week and talk agents and business, ways that, maybe just kind of start. I
think this needs to be a conversation we have Ben with, because I think Ben is going to be the agent guy.
Yeah, but I agree with you. However, I also want to push some responsibility back to you because you're the neurotic system guy. So as I explain how that works from an agent perspective, I want you to use your brain going, okay, because Johnny, it's literally a fucking system. And that's what you're so good at, which is connecting. A has got to go to once A hits B, B does this, and then C does this. You're good at that. You're going to be great at articulating systems with agents, I'll tell you. So yeah, let's me and Ben sit down here whenever works best for you, and we'll have a conversation.
Well, I think one of the reasons why I said Ben is because Ben probably he controls the most systems that don't require much human intervention, if any.
Yeah. Well,
as sort of like Cam.
Yes.
He's filled with the knowledge base that I don't know that we would be able to have one of these agents. We couldn't possibly just tell this agent. It took Cam years to learn the stuff that he knows just through being around me and understanding answers. I couldn't possibly sit down and just talk to an agent and tell them how to answer all of the questions that they might run into.
Or maybe may I offer this? Or we train the agent on everything you have created in the last 20 years.
Well, and the problem with that is it's gonna take an average of 20 years ago, and if you average it together, the best stuff I have is in the last 5.
It's the last 5. But then maybe we tweak that way, right? My point is, I'm happy to have the conversation with you.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess what I'm just identifying is there are some systems that are just A through Z, very duplicatable. Those are and Ben sits on most of those.
Got you. And what else where else I think I can help you, Johnny, is accelerating your output, perhaps, and accelerating your presence, perhaps, against your competition on speed, because I probably can teach you and Ben some things that we will be collectively months ahead of your competition. Right. So it's like we're doing shit faster than that guy there. We're getting more content out. Maybe there are just ways we can operate faster, more competitively, aggressively than the competition. So by the time the competition, back to the olden days, buys the computer, you're like, oh yeah, fuck, I'm 6 months ahead of you already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna see Ben here in a minute, so I'm gonna talk to him about it for sure.
Yeah, shoot me a text later. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, brother. You got it. I appreciate you as always, my brother.
Appreciate you too.
Lots of love.
Lots of love. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care, Johnny. All right, Johnny's out of here. Good morning, everybody. Boom, buddy, boom, boom, boom. As Joe Fontana would say, hey, you want to come join me for a conversation? You can do that, 431-300-3005. Hey, Kai, did Cheryl get lost, or is she still doing her show? Maybe, is she on a 2-hour show here today? Jimmy's back. Good. Oh, I was looking for the better producer here. I was kind of tired of working with Kai. Sorry. Oh, Jimmy, problems. What kind of problems did we have? Curious to know what kind of problems we had. Was it our problems, her problems? Was it just challenges or so forth? Hopefully she's okay. We never like to see problems, although problems are meant to be solved. And if we can solve a good problem, that's fun. Well, listen, I think we are going to get into the morning focus. Yes, we are. I got a little bit of a monologue today, and I got 46 seconds apparently. Good thing producer Kai, dude, I love you, Kai. You gave me an extra second than Jimmy. Yeah, I want you to produce the show more than Jimmy, because I can use all the extra time I can. So if you're producing my show and giving me more seconds, because you're a female and Jimmy's a guy, so Jimmy's like, well, I'm only going to give that guy 39 seconds, see how good his flow is. Well, today's flow could be 46 seconds worth of flow. Coming back, you're already a media company. Yeah, you're just in denial. I'll see you in 46 seconds. Boom.
We keep saying we're not a media company. That's denial. We're already in the attention business.
Media isn't a title, it's a behavior. If we produce and distribute, we're media. If we refuse, we're late.
We call it just marketing. That's the mask. The real line is this: we don't want the discipline.
Discipline costs effort. Drift costs trust. When we won't define ourselves, we rent space in our own category. That's the bill.
We can chase trends. We can't build authority that way. We can react fast. We can't compound. That's the drift.
A morning show forces a stance. We show up. We refine in public. Consistency makes us credible. That's the contract.
Admit what we are, then act like it. Chief's about to lay it out.
All right, so listen, you are not a media company. Nah. It's like, what? It's funny because I hear it constantly. No, we're just, Keith, we're not a media company. We don't need to do a morning show. We're happy selling our widgets. Like, okay. Keith, we're not a media company. We're happy just doing the services that we do. And you know, we like to post stuff on social media and we like to create content, but we're just, I got no time to create media full time and be a media company. Like, all right, that's fair. And every time I hear this, and it's constant. Yesterday, it's like some guy's talking. It's like, nah, we're not really a media company. We do social, but that's, I'm like, okay. Well, listen, here's the thing. You already are a media company. Yep. You produce content and you distribute it and you measure performance. You chase attention. That, as we know, is media. But the only difference, Kai, really? She shows up during my monologue? Honest to God. Like, I'm doing my monologue and she shows up right fucking now. So hold on, Kai. I got to make a decision. Do I keep the monologue going? Do I bring Whitaker in the lab? Nah, I'm just going to keep the monologue going. Fuck her. She can hang out, wait for me patiently because she's awesome. Cheryl Whitaker, yes. All right, so listen. You might just be a company who thinks you're a media company or in disguise, but here's the thing. The only difference between you and that media company you grew up with is whether you've looked in the mirror. Did I say look in the mirror? Yeah, go look in your own mirror. And whether you have admitted it or not, that you are in the business of creating conversations for your customers. And I'll tell you, when I worked at ICUC, and I did before I got the proverbial phone call, boop, boop, boop. Hey, we're going that way. We're going the other. Okay. We worked with global brands who didn't call themselves media companies either, but they were just publishing daily, building communities, engaging, responding. Well, as we know, that is media. So here's what a morning show forces that most brands avoid like it's poison. And, as I welcome my friend in a few minutes, Cheryl Whitaker, to the show, what does it force you to do? It forces you discipline. Yes, because you cannot show up live 5 days a week and stay vague about what you stand for. And that scares people. Oh, but Keith, what am I going to talk about for 5 days? Listen, I'll make sure you have lots to talk about. There's always plenty to talk about. It's the discipline that freaks people out. You mean I got to do this tomorrow again? Yeah, you do. Oh, yeah. Because your people are expecting you there. And you probably, and it's funny because I was having this conversation with Whitaker over the last couple of weeks, and I'm excited to bring her up here to play off this, which is you must have opinions. People want to know where you stand. And that's scary because, but they might think I wear blue or they might think I wear red. It doesn't really matter. They just want to hear your opinion. And yes, there's going to be times that you're going to have to defend your opinion. And there are going to be times that you might offend people who don't like your opinion. And you must refine those opinions in public. But while you do that, most importantly, and here's what everybody forgets, the discipline of showing up regularly, that's what builds your authority. That overrides any mistake you make or any fumble along the way or any fuck ups along the way because you're showing up every single day. And the person watching you is like, well, Whitaker keeps showing up. So yeah, okay, she made a mistake, but she's here today to correct it. That's authority. And when you build authority, it compounds. And I have seen with my own eyes that most brands drift. Oh, hold on. There's a squirrel over there. I got to go run after it. Yeah. Reacting to trends. We see it all the fucking time. Responding to headlines. Oh, hey, Keith. Yeah. I just saw something happen in the world. Can we post this for the brand to respond to the headline? Really? Yeah, because you're following the algorithm like the algorithm's your boss. And then it's like, well, but the algorithm's not working. No, it's because your content sucks. But the brands that own the morning, they don't drift. You don't have time to drift because you're back every 22 hours. Defining your stance. And when you define your stance, your position, your voice, your message long enough, what happens? What happens, Whitaker? What happens? I'll tell you what happens. People start referencing you. People be like, hey, Bill has said this, Whitaker said this, it must be true. Not because you bought ads on their platform, because you showed up regularly. And it might not happen on that first week, second week, third week. But trust me, how do I know? Because I'm doing it for 2 years now. People expect me here. I see it. It's like fucking magic. We start our show and then the floodgates open and people just show up throughout the whole 2 hours. That's a true motherfucking story right there. So here's the question for you. Here's the question for you guys right now. If your brand stopped outsourcing narrative, yeah, and you started owning it, you're like, okay, we're going to own this narrative. We're going to own it Monday through Friday, or even just 1 day a week. Fuck the 5-day commitment. 1 day a week, same time. What would change? Ask yourself what would change. Because right now, here's the facts. Right now, whether you want to admit it or not, someone else. And here's where I love putting people in a spot when we have this conversation. And here's what people hate. Sorry, Johnny, I get that H word. People hate when I say what I'm going to say next to them. Because here's how it goes. There's somebody else right now that's shaping your story in your category. And guess what? And they're all like, what, Keith? You're not the one shaping it. And they're like, yeah, true story. Because you know what? You're too busy fucking reading the headlines and reacting to it.
So here's a question nobody's asking. What if the systems you trusted were never built for you in the first place?
Your gym routine lied to you. Your feed is a sales funnel.
And the family court system? It's a business. Sit tight, because Keith's about to take a wrecking ball to all three. Handsome Chief, they're all yours.
All right, we're going to do the community corner with myself, Maya Reyes, and our very own Cheryl Raphael Whitaker. What's up, Whitaker? Let's bring her up, Jimmy. Who's on the buttons, Jimmy or Kai? Who's left here with me today? There she is.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, you know, the Hunkle. I got a new nickname today, self-proclaimed Hunkle.
Hunkle? What does a Hunkle mean?
Yeah, well, I'm the hunk and I'm the uncle combined.
Oh.
Yeah, the combined Hunkle, you know?
Good morning, Keith. Fuck her? Did you say? I think it's what you said.
I did say that. Yes, I was like, "Fuck you," because you short term. You rocked it right during my monologue.
Oh, yo! So we had problems on this. We had some technical issues with our guest this morning.
Oh,
we did, and so you know what ended up happening? It ended up being like a newscast. So I had him on my phone.
Yeah.
On by the mic. And then the Joy Squad in the chat let me know whether they could hear him. They gave a go, and then we ended up having a great conversation. The team, we all rallied. Mildred, everybody, Mark, Jimmy. I mean,
good, man, so good.
Yeah, so we went over because so we were just trying to figure getting our lives together.
Let's get real talk. So what did you learn from that experience? And here's what's really cool. Is that you were live, and we always talk about this off show, right? Somebody recording a podcast, when that happened, it's not a big deal, but you learned from it, you handled it, you dealt with it, it was fun, you're alive, you're not dead, no big deal. Like, so what did you learn from that experience? I'm serious, actually.
Okay, so one of the things I learned.
Was it a big deal, was it?
No. And you know what's interesting? Like my guest, he's amazing. He's an amazing person. He was more stressed out about it because he really wanted it.
They always are. Yes.
Right? And I was like, it is really, it is okay. We'll figure it out. And I let the squad know from the very beginning we were having technical issues. So if it, for some reason, it wasn't going to work, it wasn't going to work. So what I learned is that, well, first of all, you can handle anything you put your mind to.
Yes.
Right? You can handle anything you put your mind to. The second thing that I learned, which I already knew, is that this team on a network is like so badass, Keith. I mean, like, we were just communicating with each other, either via the chat or right here on Rome, just like the emotional support, you know, for everybody was just so good. And it was a great show, great conversation.
Good.
We got it together.
You know what? First of all, I didn't see all these comments earlier, guys. I'm sorry. Croy, I saw your comments here, and I don't know why that. Sullivan, I saw you there. Oh my goodness, I got a bunch of comments here I've missed, and I'm feeling like a tool right now. The Hunkle tool. Yeah, sorry guys. What's going on, Jay? What's going on, Croy? What's going on, Proof? I'm always on Whitaker's ass to make sure she's in the comments, and the old Hunkle here was missed a bunch of her. So I'm sorry, you guys. I see you guys all there right now.
This is great.
I'm really glad that happened to you today.
Why?
And I'm serious. Well, because now it happened. And now the next time it happened, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, so I remember I did a show with Marty and John a while back, and all my internet was gone. I'm like, okay, that's what's going to happen. And I was gone for a number of minutes, and those guys took care of it and so forth. But it was one of those situations where had I never learned that, you're always in the back of your mind wondering what's going to happen when this happens.
Right. Yeah, but now I don't have to worry about it anymore. It's done.
Yeah, you're like, okay, if this happens, I know how to handle it. Good for you.
Yeah. And you know what, too? I feel like there's a whole lot of grace between the nation and squad and everything. But if you know you're doing this live,
yes,
and you're doing it live, it's just like, hey, shit happens. Right.
Well, I'm really glad you said that. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you. Good time for the $2, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate your support. Charlie's been with me since day one. Actually, we actually banned Good Time on one of our first shows. He stumbled by, and I don't know. I must have read the comment inappropriately because he's been nothing. He has been nothing but a friend to the show. To me, we text off the show. He's been such an awesome supporter. So I appreciate that, Charlie. And I just got to throw him on the show, and we banned him the first day, and then he's been back, and he's here every single day. So, But I'll say this is that, because I talked about my monologue, is that brands executives, we get so uptight about what if.
Yes.
And it's actually not a big deal because humans are so accepting of what if.
Yes.
Right? Because everybody in the comments is like, yeah, okay, so it didn't work. Are you going to figure it out? Yeah, we are. Okay, great. That's all we all want is, are you going to figure it out? And if it didn't work, it's actually not a big deal.
No, but you know what? It is a big deal. And here's how. Because the way I feel right now, Keith, the fact that we were able to figure it out and have that conversation.
Yes.
That was so much better.
Yes.
If everything had gone well, because I know that we can overcome these things.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Yes.
Really good. So thank you.
That's awesome.
Your team. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's fun, man. That's because you don't have that experience until you go through it. Right.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, just chit-chatting with you.
Oh, that's okay.
Anderson.
I gotta be honest, though. I gotta be honest. I thought, holy shit, she's going long today. Like I was thinking, oh yeah, she's gone overtime, having a good time. I thought I was looking at the clock. I'm like, okay, she's not here yet, and I'm thinking, okay, she's still after.
That's sweet.
It didn't because I knew you were coming. So, but then when Jimmy showed up, he's like, yeah, she had some troubles. But that's good. That's good. What was so besides the troubles? Give the audience the nugget. What was the big highlight from today's conversation?
The highlight is that being nice is not kind, and we talked about a term that I call respectful avoidance. So, in the name of peace and professionalism, you avoid what you need to say to someone that they need to hear. And
respectful avoidance.
Yeah, respectful avoidance. It's a term that I use to describe that behavior of not saying what needs to be said.
Yeah, not confronting conflict.
Yes, and it doesn't have to be contentious. It just needs to be a conversation, right? Yeah. I mean, the guest talked about how he was teaching his daughter how to drive, right?
Yeah.
Every time she asked, how did I do? He's like, great, babe, great. Meanwhile, he's like,
she's gone. Yeah.
She was horrible. And she failed the driving test 3 times.
So you know what? I'll tell you, as a leader, Cheryl, I'll be vulnerable for a bit here. There was a point in my life as a leader in my 30s when I was growing my team at ICUC. Mm-hmm. I was probably that person. Like, so I'd be your manager and you could do no wrong. And then all of a sudden you're getting shit or you're fired or something. And you're like, what the fuck, man? How come you didn't tell me? Because I didn't have the balls to have the conversation with you over a period of time.
Yes, that is respectful. That is respectful avoidance.
I get you.
Yeah. But we do have to talk about it because, ultimately at the end of the day, his daughter back to that example, she passed on the 4th try only because he finally was honest with her. Because she said to him, you're not honest with me. Like, what's wrong? And then when he started helping her for real, she passed.
This is making all the sense now, Whitaker. I'll tell you why. It's making all the sense. I keep getting these texts from Dwayne saying that Cheryl won't meet with me on Sundays anymore. We're supposed to have our Sunday meetings.
No, bullshit. We talked about it. We talked about it. That we are still doing our Sunday meetings.
I know you guys have your. I listen, Whitaker. I listen. You guys have your Sunday session. So like, she's doing that respectful avoidance thing. I'm like, well, I don't know, Dwayne. You got to call her out on it.
I see him in there. He's laughing.
I do see it too. Yeah. Hey, before I get you out of here, what do you got on the agenda today? What's in your world? What are you moving the needle on in your world today?
Oh, a lot of business development is going on. It's reaching out to my network.
Yes.
For help because I'm not good at asking for help.
Yeah.
As you know. And so I'm doing a lot of networking today, and also have a workshop doing with the leadership team today.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So somebody invited me to change the way I ask for help. And maybe you do this, maybe it's a way to consider it, but instead of asking for help, maybe asking for advice might be a lower friction choice of words.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Just kind of reframing the ask.
Yes.
Look at this some advice. And then you're not asking for help, because then your own ego is not like, fuck, I'm not a pussy, man. I'm not gonna ask for help. But I'll get advice though. I'll take all the advice I want, but I'm not fucking asking for help.
Yep. And you know what? That is so true. That's so true. Kind of pressure off. I don't know why, but I love that. That's a great point. Thank you.
And then it's a good way to also push back on all the unsolicited advice. No, I don't need your advice right now. I'll ask for your advice if I want to ask for it.
That comes free and clear all the time.
Everywhere. It's always coming at us. Yes. Cheryl Whitaker, It Starts With Joy, live, 8:30 every Wednesday. I'm so proud, man. We started this journey back at the early of the year. Now we're coming up at the end of our first quarter. What are you on, episode 8 or 9 now?
I just finished episode 7. So next week.
Yeah. So good. So good.
So fun. Thank you.
Fun. Okay, well, I if you got some time, I might come and knock on the door. I got something new and exciting to share as well today that you haven't seen yet.
Please do.
Always working on stuff. Cheryl Whitaker, Starts With Joy live. We'll see you later, kiddo.
Have a good one. Bye.
All right, Whitaker's out of here. We're going to keep going with the Community Corner. Maya Reyes and myself this morning on Mornings and Live with Keith, John, and Friends. And we're going to kick on over to what Maya has to say. And we're going to start over on YouTube. Your gut is a character. And I got to get some music on here. There we go. All right. Your gut is a problem, not a diet problem. Julian Brass from the Fit Founder Over 40. He sat down with Tom Grobman and said something that should make every man over 35 put down the fork and pick up a mirror. Jimmy, did he say mirror? What happens when you pick up the mirror? You go to lookinmymirror.com, because that mirror might help you move forward in life. Yeah, so Julian says that's not providing. No, it's slowly checking while everyone watches. Your kids are copying you right now. Every habit, every excuse, every meal that you phoned in. So here's the thing. You can send them to private school, but you're not healthy enough to walk your daughter down the aisle. That tuition means dick. So before you do that, fix the inputs, because your body is going to respond to some signals. You might want to change them. Yes. Okay, over on Substack, the Manosphere isn't a movement. It's a subscription. Yeah, Stephen over at Stevie says he wrote the thing nobody in the men's space wants to hear. A manosphere? Well, the manosphere is actually a content economy. Yeah, true story. Hey, it's misogynistic clips going viral. Viral clips building audiences. Audiences get funneled into the courses, private communities, and the online universities. What's the front door? Outrage. Outrage gets us into the door, and then the subscription link is right behind it. Yeah, so what these guys sell isn't success with women. It's certainty. Certainty about why dating is hard, and certainty about who's to blame. But once you start seeing relationships as power, you stop seeing women. You stop seeing women as people. Guys, the loudest voices online are rarely the wisest. Think about that. Yeah, hold on a second here. Jimmy, what? The loudest voices online are rarely the wisest unless you're hearing it from the hunkle himself. The hunkle handsome chief. Yep, true story. Hey, Bill Gobbin dropped something on LinkedIn that every divorced dad needs to hear twice. You're what most dads won't admit. The reason you're still fighting your ex isn't about custody schedules. It's about your ego. So, hey, go look in your mirror. Go look in your mirror and get rid of that ego, because that ego is not moving your forward. Lookinmymirror.com. Yes, it is. Hey, Maya. When does a man? Yeah, the man. When does a man stop blaming the system? When is it? When does a man stop blaming the system and start building his own?
Honestly, he probably already has and doesn't realize it. The man who stopped eating garbage didn't wait for a doctor. He just got bored of feeling like trash. The man who deleted his feed and called an old friend. He just noticed he felt worse after every scroll. Nobody announces they're building a new system. They just stop participating in the old one. It looks like a Tuesday where you made one different choice, and then another one on Wednesday.
Hey. Thank you all for hanging out with me today, and to all you that I missed, excuse me, in the comments today. I'm sorry about that. Croy, what's shaking, brother? good to see you in the comments. I hope you're doing well. Dwayne Whitaker, good to see you, brother. Charlie, good time. I know you're always out there. I'm just speaking to you right now, Charlie. I got to tell you, man, I always know you're there, and I take great comfort in that. It's like this great solace knowing that you're listening. Sullivan, you too, dude. Holroyd, good time. It's great comfort when I know you guys are back there behind the scenes, sometimes chiming in, sometimes not. I know you're lurking. I know you're listening, and you guys are incredible for that. Thank you for that. Dwayne Whitaker, thanks for giving us the support. I appreciate you too, man. Jay, over on X, you always are hanging out with us, and I appreciate you guys as well. And to those of you that lurk, we got Petro out there as well. Petro's always in here as well. I appreciate you, John. Dr. John Petrogel, he'll be with us on Friday. We got Sullivan, of course, over there. But guys, just quickly, you guys have a choice, like I say all the time. What's this? Man who needs cookies. Jimmy. Oh, I got this one, man. Look at this one. I want Keith to use me as his human toilet. I want Keith to use me. Oh, so that guy wants me to shit on him. Look at that. No kidding, man. Jimmy, I've never had anybody ask me to shit on them before or piss on them. I don't know. I've never really been into that. But man who needs cookies wants me to. So there you go. So man who needs cookies. If you're looking for me to defecate on you, well, we can have that conversation. You can do that by sending me a text or call me at 431-300-3005, and we can talk about defecating on the man who needs cookies. All right. It's time to get out of here. Jimmy, it's time to get out of here before we check it. Okay, go check into the show, you guys. Go check it if you haven't checked in yet. Mornings.live. Mornings.live gets you to the show, and go check in. Hey, I'm man who needs cookies. Go check in and show me a picture of you. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Guys, we'll see you in less than 22 hours on this place called Mornings.live. Mornings at Live with Keith, John, and friends. Jimmy and Kai and the whole gang. Less than 24, we're back live. Mornings at Live with Keith, John, and friends. We'll see you guys tomorrow.